God damn. We turn that down significantly. Yeah, it's SKIZ0 Sunday, so I'm not going to play the intro song. But yes, welcome, everybody, or the couple people that are in here right now. Hendrix, Rabbit Bambo. Anybody else that may catch this VOD later. SKIZ0 Sunday with Mr. GALENTV. He'll be by around 8 p.m. for some memes. Until then, got a couple things I was going to go over. The stream, yes, last time I streamed, the power was cut off. The power came back on and it went off and came back on and went off again. And so didn't bother turning the stream back on. So anyway, no idea. Was it a squirrel? Transform blew up. We're here. We're here now. So this evening, Coulthart's hidden UFO uncovered. I was going to go over some drama there regarding that. Is it in Korea? This is Ross Coulthart, Eggman's UFO that supposedly is been built into a facility. A facility's been built around it. So there's somebody, a lady, an ex-journalist who claims she knows where it is and she's going to disclose it. And she originally gave him 3 hours, but then people reminded her that he's in a completely different time zone. And she, I think, put up a poll. So I don't know. It's probably just fucking slop. But anyway, that's all I do here anyway. Serve that shit up. So Nazca Mummy Bombshell Inc. That's something else I was going to talk about. Jesse Michaels is releasing a video this week. That's going to be a big deal, supposedly. So just more memes pertaining to things in UFO world, which is great. Because I desperately don't want to talk about anything pertaining to streamer drama slop, man. Anytime I open up my phone on the weekend, I'm not subscribed to any of these channels. I don't follow any of these fucking people. And every fucking time I open my phone up or clicked on YouTube, etc., it was just all of this streamer drama with Hassan and Asmongold. And I just don't give a fuck. Yeah. Yeah, same Hendrix. I'm assuming you saw that too. Yeah, I'm going to get to that here in a minute. It's probably just bullshit. I read through her post. And at the end, it was something about AI research. I was like, okay, no. The AI must have honed in on a location for her. And she's going to say, oh, the AI figured out where it was. And people not understanding how unreliable the AI can be. It'll tell you all kinds of things. So look at this. So this is another deep field image. It's a 100-hour re-examination of one of Hubble's most iconic intergalactic images. Reveals extraordinary new details. Look at this. This is the James Webb. Essentially snapped the same part of the sky that Hubble did. Look at this. See, this is stuff that gives me hope. It's stuff that motivates me. Right? Become less nihilistic and hopeless. Most of those are galaxies. I think a couple of the ones in the forefront may be stars. But most of those are galaxies. All in the distance. It's just so hard to fucking fathom. So hard to fathom. Oh, man. Cheers, everybody, by the way. I had a little bit of this left, so I thought, you know what? I didn't really drink a lot this week, and I said I might as well just have a little sip, you know? Why not? Crazy. Look, there's another one there. Absolutely fucking insane. Why? It's just I have absolutely no interest in any kind of drama. This is so much more interesting. Look at all those. Oh, crazy. This is another cool image too I saw. Billions, if not trillions, man, of galaxies with trillions of stars and planets in each one of them, potentially. Billions to trillions. I think we've got between 3 and 500 billion stars. And there's trillions and trillions of planets in our own galaxy. It's hard to fathom, man. It's really hard to fathom. Hard to wrap your head around it. This is actually, you can kind of make this out. Here, I'll zoom out again on it. This isn't Earth, this is Mars. This is a night sky on Mars. And this little dot here is Earth. Believe it or not. Right here, that little dot in the sky kind of looks like Venus here. That's the Earth. People were saying that they feel bad for the crew of Elon Musk's Mars flight. This is what they'll see. They'll look at that pale little dot and say that was home. And here we are in this dust bowl doing what? Fighting the giants, probably. It's another question. It's a whole other story. They don't get into that. Yeah. Pale white dot. Well, it is blue, I think, technically, but it looks white. Yeah. I'm having beer and I'm just having a little bit of whiskey, man. A little bit of brandy, more specifically. Hennessy. Yeah. I wish I could buy scotch in smaller bottles. I wish they sold scotch, higher quality spirits in smaller bottles. Because, you know, I desperately do not want to pay for an 18-year-old scotch now $200 fucking dollars. And, you know, it's good maybe like the first 4, 5, 6 glasses, but then you kind of get bored of it. And that's why people end up having a whole liquor cart. Because they go and they want to sample other kinds, but then you're locked into $200 bottle, $200 bottle, 200 plus bottle. I like Hennessy because you can get the Hennessy little flask size bottles for $20. And so I don't need to like dedicate myself to like $150 bottle of fucking Hennessy. Yeah, cheers, man. Yeah, you're in the San Miguel. Fuck yeah, brother. Cheers. Cheers, everybody. Absolutely. Yeah. Cheers again. Yeah. Death, what's up, dude? What's up? Anyway, so that was that. Very interesting. Very trippy. I wonder if any other humans have seen that skyline. Maybe not from our civilization. Another thing I saw here, which is space related. People were memeing about this all weekend. Our universe is an anti-universe twin moving backwards in time, study finds. Well, I think that's the proposal. I don't know if we found that definitively, but that's it's a hell of a tagline. Yeah. I think that's one of the ideas. The most natural assumption is that the universe as a whole respects CPT symmetry, encompassing not just our universe, but an anti-universe as well. So it's an assumption. It's not. It's these definitive statements people like to make. It's like, God, that would be nice, wouldn't it? No, not quite, but maybe. Who knows? Anyway, but that's kind of a funny meme. Something that's not as funny, this is something we ran into today here in Atlantic Canada, not just in Nova Scotia. There's been a lot of dry weather. Hasn't been any rain. It's been very hot, very dry. All the grass is dead. Even here in New Brunswick, they were telling people to try and, if you can, stay out of the trails. Now, Nova Scotia, for people that don't know what's been happening, they essentially banned people out of the woods in the national parks and said you will be fined an exorbitant amount of money if we find you there. And so this guy went in and didn't listen and got a $28,000 fine. This is a little video here.
Hey everybody, Jeff Evely here, out in Nova Scotia on Mountain Road in Coxheath. And as you can see behind me, this is the woods.
Yep. About the woods ban. Yep. And I understand that you guys issue $25,000 fines right now for anybody who goes in. Yep. Okay, I'm going to go in the woods over here. Okay. I don't want to make any trouble for you guys. Okay, I took this to court the last time I did it. They said I didn't have standing because I wasn't fined, so there was no money involved. Okay. So I want to challenge this order in court.
So essentially he went in and they fined him, and the ball's on this guy. Rather good luck. It's a good luck. It is slightly, I guess, man. Yeah. Oh, there you go, man. Fuck yeah, I like that. Jess, what's up, man? Yeah. Fires banned until October 15th. Yeah, I heard that. Unless I remember what he said, unless conditions improve, I think. Yeah. So, I mean, it is excessive. It's a bit much. I think they're probably just struggling to try and keep people out to prevent another forest fire. For people that don't know, a couple years ago, there was a really bad fire that ripped through and almost ripped into Dartmouth, the Halifax area. So, probably not the way to go about it. I mean, last time when they tried to warn people, they didn't listen, and that's what started it. So I don't know. Pretty ridiculous. I'm hoping it's just a threat, you know, and they just threaten people with this, and in the end it'll be dropped. But it's a little bit concerning. These climate lockdowns, though, that's what people have been talking about this shit for at least 5 years. That was a part of the WEF's meme where we went over the whole virus lockdown. They started immediately talking about climate lockdowns. And I just went over an article that was from the UK here last week. We're going into the next 10 years. They were going to start tying into people's passports these carbon credits or travel credits. And it's to do with maintaining the environment. Of course, it's not going to apply to the hyper wealthy, but yeah. An advocacy group is also looking at taking Nova Scotia to court, the NS government. Yeah, my brain, Nova Scotia government. Well, this happened through COVID too. I think I mentioned this one time before. But during COVID, and for people that aren't aware, in Canada, the lockdowns went on for an extremely long amount of time. And it fucking decimated a bunch of small businesses, specifically businesses in the tourism industry and also fitness, health, like gyms and whatnot, health clubs. So I think it was like the third or the fourth lockdown, one of the local gyms refused to shut their doors. They said, go fuck yourself. He said, if we lock down again, we're going into business. So I don't have a choice. So he said, I'll eat the fine if I have to. I want my gym goers, they'll support me, whatever. So anyway, what had happened was there was like a unit that got together. They were all undercover. They ended up breaking into the gym one night and they forcibly shut it down. And they fined every single person in the gym like $750. And they fined the gym owner $20,000, and he had to pay it too. They did not revoke that. And then, like 2 months later, the whole thing was done. Anyway, crazy shit. But yeah, it wasn't like he was making a campfire. The fine is for existing in that area. Yeah, man, that's what some people have been bringing up as concerning rhetoric, honestly. So. Yeah, at least 10 people have been given the fine in 2025. They're fucking around. Like I said, they had PTSD from the May 2023 fire and overly paranoid. Yeah, we just got a heat warning for the next 2 days. Oh, Jesus, huh? Yeah, no rain until maybe Thursday, so it's a tinderbox ready to go. Bad here too, man. Yeah, Amazon made a killing. Walmart too, they did. Yeah, the draconian law was rushed out without thinking about how the fuck up normalcy. They probably don't care anyway. It's a concern, man. It's a concern with all this. I understand where they're coming from. I think everybody there probably does, but... communism, there's probably other ways to go about it. Everybody's concerned about the rhetoric and what kind of precedent that sets. Thought I'd just bring that up. I saw that over the weekend. I was like, holy fuck, they actually gave it to him. 28 grand for walking in the woods. Nuts, huh? Anyway, I don't imagine that Premier will be around for much longer if they continue that. The amount of negative publicity he's gotten across the planet now for that it's made international news and headlines. So yeah, it's gonna be your darkest yet. Oh my heavens! Maybe they will freeze his bank account too if people give him donations. Freeze those. I wouldn't put it past him, man. Old Justin, Isn't it lovely that he got to go and fuck all those people's lives up like that, and then now he gets to go and parade around and date Katy Perry? I'd love to see him in jail for the rest of his fucking life. Personally, I sleep so much better knowing that he wasn't out having fun. But anyway, I don't get to make those decisions. So, moving on. This meme here. Harvard scientist Avi Loeb responding to the incoming 31 Atlas object says it could be aliens. So the Global International Organization, this is a new part here, needs to be set up that it could be the Messiah coming to inaugurate an era of peace for all humanity. Let me just listen to that. Is that true?
There needs to be an international organization because presumably the aliens don't care how we split territories on this earth. For them it's irrelevant, and this will be a problem for all humans. So there needs to be some coordination among all. We are all in the same boat. And just like President Reagan said, I do think it will bring people together. When you have an external threat, people tend to unite. And that, in a way, is a messianic era. If you think about the arrival of the Messiah, maybe that will come from another star in the sense that it will bring peace to Earth among all humans. I hope so.
Oh, my.
I also hope that it will not endanger the future of humanity. And I hope that we could learn from any technologies that they might have that we don't have. We will learn about new science as well.
Space Jesus, Space Daddy flying back in hot. Star Bethlehem flies back overhead. Harvard doesn't have respect anymore. Surprised they didn't fire him for not being diverse enough. He hung on, brother. Yeah, the guy was thinking Elvis, right? Yeah. Interesting. Who knows? I think Avi, obviously people in the media have been misconstruing some of his statements and stating that he's definitively said that it's an alien object that's coming in. And he said, hypothetically, it could be. I think he put the odds of it at like 0.5% or something. Very low, right? More than likely, I don't know how you would even do that, honestly. More than likely, it's just a comet. And we don't understand how it behaves because it's an interstellar object, and we've only studied 2-3 of those before, really. It's two? This is the third one. Two of them before. This is the third one we've had to study. 27 World Tour. Man, yeah, it's... Fuck. Yeah, listen, maybe Evie reads all the woo. Listen, this is the thing. Maybe he's all in on the channelers saying that the Age of Enlightenment's arriving. The Age of Aquarius is coming. Yeah. Yeah, it's just not. Yeah, this is. I'm not gonna go over that again. That's just absolute horseshit. The Jeremy Corbell thing was absolute quality fucking slop. So yeah. He may ban me for this meme if I post. Is this like racially charged chess? This is something that is like how, like on the scale 1 to like how bad is it? Christ, I've just had a couple people in here recently just go off on Hitler and oh god, yeah. Maybe it's Dew returning from his trip with the Hail Bob Comet. Yeah, Steve Heaven's Gate website is what, waking up again. Fuck, it's still up there. We were just on there, what, like 2 weeks ago? Yeah, man, fuck yeah. Who knows? It was remote viewers who did that last time. It was Courtney Brown in his group at Farsight who remote viewed Hail Bob and said there's the only spaceship behind it. And that was all those people needed to drink the Kool-Aid. Yeah. Like, is this like really bad? Like, oh geez, starving African kids when comparing their situation to kids in Palestine. Oh, that's not that bad. I mean, it's a pretty good testament to how fucked up things are in Palestine right now, honestly. Both terrible situations, but yeah. Well, I think you saw this probably over the weekend, but I think the Israelis are they're going to occupy Palestine or something. There is all that people were losing their mind on Twitter. I saw that they're officially going to kind of set up shop there, and crazy situation. Yeah. Oh, I know, man. I probably someone can misconstrue that, but I think I get what you're trying to say. Yeah. Oh, it is nuts. It's an absolutely insane situation. I don't know how. Well, they can't just kick old Cope in the door in Israel and arrest Netanyahu, but his entire government should be dismantled. I mean, anyway, I'm not gonna get into it. There's a lot of people on Twitch to talk about that stuff. Anyway, I don't really usually cover it, but it's such an absolutely insane situation that. Anyway. The whole thing's fucked. I mean, you know, and then there's the real threat from groups like Hamas that have been trying to kill Jewish people and trying to destroy the state of Israel for a long time. It's like going about it the way he's gone about it has just been a fucking disaster. It's been an absolute disaster. You know, humanitarian disaster. The International Court is an arrest warrant out for him, how he's handled himself. Like, it's not how you handle that. It's not how you handle it. But anyway, they'll figure that out at the end of the day. I won't. Yeah. Have you ever read the book, The Creature from Jekyll Island? No, but I kind of know about it. Yes, yeah. Whatever you do, don't talk about people being killed in Africa. That makes you bad for some reason. It's weird, man. Yeah, yeah. There's all kinds of death everywhere. Christ, I mean, all kinds of corrupt nations everywhere, and you know, well, it's where the West has been usually, or where they've been involved in toppling governments. That usually doesn't lead to good things, good outcomes, but. World's a fucked up place. Yeah. Should be taught to everyone. Yes. Yeah, I should probably, over the years I've run into it. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's a fucked up situation. I mean, I try and touch on that here. Not that I'm say I'm an expert on it whatsoever, but this idea of the military industrial complex and how dangerous and destructive and perverse it is. And it trickles into other areas in the world, right? Into other politics and pushing for wars, and they want destabilization in certain areas, and it's profitable for them. But usually focusing on maybe stuff that they've recovered that they haven't been transparent with the people about, right? And the government hasn't been either, elements of the government. So it's usually where I focus on. But yeah, there's a lot of fucking issues there. There are people far more knowledgeable than myself and all the specifics of like how that's managed and the breadcrumb trail. I know, was it Whitney Webb? She's a content creator on here, but she's fairly no bullshit. She digs pretty deep into all of that stuff. And saw a couple of her videos the last couple of years that are very, very good. I don't know everything about her either, but her position seems to be pretty agnostic. Her position seems to be our biggest threat are the elite, and I would absolutely have to agree. And not like from an like eat the rich perspective. I'm not talking about the guy who made a couple $1 million off his vape shop. Like, we're talking about the hyper elite here, and that they ultimately are trying to pit the general public against each other, and they're the ultimate threat. All the Western democracies are compromised. That's my personal take on all that, but. Yeah, we should start with the basics. Holocaust bad, concentration camps bad, starvation's on purpose by people bad, sniping kids while they try to get food as they starve bad. Yeah, there you go. Then we get to politics at the very least. We should pause those activities when we figure out the politics of it. Maybe. Yeah. As long as there's profit and war in the right, man. Well, that's exactly it, man. And maybe it's as long as there's capitalism. But I mean, I don't think having any other kind of political system is really a good idea. People out there advocating for communism are absolute fucking idiots. I mean, at some point, we might be inadvertently thrown into a system where we're living in communes to try and survive. But I know some other content creators on here that advocate for communism, and it's like, guys, no. Like, I'm not the most well-read person on history, but I have read enough history to know that those experiments have been tried before, and it just ends in some totalitarian nightmare. Just read about what happened in the Soviet Union. You want an idea what happens there, right? And what happened with the farmers in Ukraine, and it's just absolute nightmare. Literal hell on earth. Yeah. So anyway, peace sells, but who's buying? Well, that's exactly it, man. I mean, that's why I focus on the aliens. Literally, I really don't know of any other solution than trying to commune. I mean, I'm 100% serious. I don't know of any other solution. I personally just don't see it going in a good direction, but we just live our lives, right? You just try and enjoy the moment, right? You never know. I don't know how far I don't know how much more track we have to run on before we go off the rails, right? I have no idea. I don't know if anybody does. People have been saying for years that, oh, it's about to run out, you know, but then it keeps going along, and no idea. But yeah, we just we keep memeing. That's all we can do. Speaking of which, fuck you, I'm not going to say it. Ross Coulthart responds to those asking him to reveal his sources on the giant UFO too big to move. So this is what I'm talking about here now. Read all this stuff here.
This is one thing a lot of people have been saying. Oh, you come out and just say it, Ross. Well, fuck you. I'm not going to say it. The bottom line is, why the hell should I say it? I'll say it when I'm feeling good and ready, when I've got my ducks lined up in a row and I've got my ammo and I'm ready. People in the UFO, UAP world seem to think this is entertainment. It's not entertainment. We're not under any obligation to tell you anything. The bottom line is, we'll report what we find when we're ready to do it and when the sources are ready to speak. And that might take a while, but I'm all about protecting sources and making sure they feel comfortable about coming forward.
It's more the sneak peeks and the teases that start to piss people off, I think, Ross. It's the only thing that people get fed up with, and that, I mean, I don't have a problem with people doing things like this for a living, right? I mean, they're contributing to the disclosure, the cause, right? Whatever. But it's the teasing that pisses people off, I think. And then there's no follow-up on any of it. And it's like, well, like, what is the point of teasing that exactly? I think we already know where it is. People already found it, almost certainly found it, because the people speaking to Ross are not just exclusively speaking to Ross. People who are speaking to Ross have spoke to all kinds of people who have looser lips. Some of these motherfuckers have looser lips, like Stephen Greer. I didn't even mean for that to be some kind of a spanking, but Stephen Greer has already stated where the object is, roughly, and it's in South Korea. And he literally said it was just outside of Seoul. And people have found it. I can probably search this on for people that don't know. Ross said that there was a Jesus Christ. He's the head of censorship in Ireland. Holy fucking media commission. Is that? It's related to media enjoyer. Poor guy. UFO Korea. Dear Christ. Here it is right here. That there was a crash in the side of a mountain and a facility was built around it. Yeah. You're on YouTube now, Edge. What's up, dude? What's up? I can see you. Yeah. There you can see it. Everyone can see you in the chat now, too, actually. Can they? Oh, fuck. I thought I fixed that. We'll figure it out. I thought I turned that on over the weekend. I did. Fuck, maybe it's not on yet. Yeah, I think at the very root of these sort of things in the world is this. First, people made systems that allow them to develop and hold onto wealth and power, while at the same time reduce power and wealth of others. It's two systems at the same time make it almost impossible to fight against it, so self-perpetuating by those that benefit from it. Third, inaction by the masses and buy into the system allows continuous loop. And four, law of the nature of the tribes is true. Yeah. Fuck yeah, brother. You only one on there, probably, yeah. Is that a real pic of that guy? Yeah, supposedly, man. I'll go back to that in a second. Of course, there is bare bone, but if you deep dive into it, there are 4 driving principles behind all that we deem as bad in the world, most of the degrees. We just got to stop complying. We get a decentralization. We got to pull back away from these systems, these centralized systems of control. How do we do that? We go into the woods and communes and live off sourdough bread and kombucha. That's about the life you'd live, and then probably die of some easily curable disease that everyone else in civilization would be able to deal with, with probably a couple aspirin or Tylenol, because that's what happens when you go out living on your own. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna read through this little talk here, this lady. But this is almost certainly it. So here is the post in question for people that are wondering. This is an open message to Ross Coulthart to contact me and please talk through why you believe that I should not reveal the location of a giant UFO, which is in a building within a building underneath a very high security military facility. He leaked this over 2 years ago, but withheld the destination, and there is definitely a chance I am wrong, but the strength of the evidence I now have is enough that I'm going to go public with my findings in 3 hours' time. I clearly do not want to threaten national US, UK, Australian security, and it is your potential mess to clean up. I would like to talk through with you, but more importantly, I think it's in the interest of the public to know about the deception that holds back full disclosure. What a claim. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Rab. I appreciate it, man. move them up a little bit. Listen, every view counts, brother. Appreciate it. The truth you found was bigger than the story you tell. Would you still tell it, lady? That's a good question, actually. Moneypenny.
Hi, this is Moneypenny. This is a message to Ross Coulthart. You have 3 hours from now to contact me, and you have my contact details. We've spoken before. To be able to stop me revealing where a giant UFO, a huge giant UFO, is underneath a massive high security building. And now I have the evidence, and I'm going to release it in 3 hours time, unless you contact me and tell me there is a very important national security issue that would stop me. Because I believe, in the interests of disclosure and of everybody who has been struggling with deception and secrets for far too long, that we have a right to know this. You told us about it more than 2 years ago. It's about time people knew the truth.
I mean, we're not going to be able to go there and see it for ourselves. You know, Beatrice Villareau commented here. She's the physicist that's looking into the UAPs, right? She's going to postpone it. Everyone let it rip. So what was her updates on this? I will expose your secrets. Right. Let's see here. Okay. So these are her recent posts. I'm just seeing if I opened this up a little while ago. I'm just seeing if she actually elaborated. I've been doing a space to take questions when I had posted all the following. Please do not reply. This thread, I put this thread together, and obviously it is evidence. Obviously, it's evidence that is not 100% guaranteed in any way at all, and it may not be the same UFO that Ross Coulthart refers to, but it is far large to move. Officially, Norfolk reported and recorded as being on the base and in a building which had to undergo over $1 billion of additional construction on the same day the report came through. What the fuck is this? What?
This is a short presentation with some references and research. This is a disclaimer to say I am British and I'm unaided in doing this.
Okay, who the fuck is this person? I'm an independent citizen journalist without any employment or third-party influence. This research has been conducted purely by me with the assistance of AI. Okay. I'm not even going to listen to it. I'm just going to go through it. Reported a major construction extension request, building given ultramagnetic advanced pulse protection. Okay, where was this?
There is only so much one person can do in a short, which was pretty obstructive and tried to stop me, as I will demonstrate.
This is just fucking schizo nonsense on here, man.
Large.
Okay. My research with ChatGPT 5. The United States has hundreds, perhaps thousands of military buildings, yet our work has uncovered one installation whose facts, anomalies, and timing of the single most probable match to that claim. The U.S. Strategic Command and Control Facility at Ufut Air Base, Nebraska. This is worth absolutely, objectively nothing. Yeah. Just like Area 51, they can stop us all. Yeah, fucking one door to run straight through the front fucking doors. Yeah. I think she's a heart attack in the next 24 hours. I think probably this is slop. Yeah. Yeah. It didn't help Phil Schneider or John McAfee. Now they definitely got John, possibly Phil. This is just ChatGPT slop. Yeah, so the people around this area saw a triangle. This particular base had a bunch of retrofits to it. This is not even just another schizo post by schizo people on fucking Twitter. That got a lot of traction, honestly. 800-foot long triangular UFO report on the base to New Fork. I thought it was this saucers, what Ross had said. No, I don't think so. I don't know. That's not it. Anyway. Unfortunately, I do run into these things, so probably a waste of everybody's time. Yeah. Ask ChatGPT herself. We could actually. I did pay for that shit, didn't I? Brother, we might as well.
Have 3 hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's threatening him. He has 3 hours to respond to her because I talked to ChatGPT. Like, get the fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. Hold on. Where's her ChatGPT? She posted the link to it here. That'll have all the research information. Yeah. Yeah. Let me just see what she typed to it. Let me see. I would say my bet would be, if there's any truth to what Ross was told, that it would be in Korea. That'd be my bet. Yeah. Yeah. Money penny, Jim. Oh, brother, they're not too dissimilar. Oh, God. I think I'd still take Money Penny over James right now, to be completely honest. Yeah. Did I tell you guys about 3 weeks ago I was out having a ciggy, and I'm pretty sure my neighbor behind my house released a fake UFO. It was a large cube and a large ball, both spinning and both joined by rope or rod or something, and each spinning independently. They were painted dull sky blue with yellow markings. Holy fuck, did he actually? Holy shit. You never know, man. All this talk, like in social media though, man, about this stuff, like UAPs, and it would encourage people to stir the pot, right, with that. That's funny though. Oh my God, this is a very long conversation she's had with it here. What did she ask at first? What U.S. military building that is significant and large with more than 2 floors has been built in a otherwise, quote, open space in the past 10 years? I'm trying to decipher limited information released by somebody who claims a massive UFO craft, which was too big to move, was built around. So this is her whole thing. What an idiot. The fucking threaten him on Twitter. I figured out where this is. No, you haven't figured it out where it is. Sweetheart, sorry. This will not do it for you, unfortunately. I'm really interested in your opinions. I just want you to do what I've asked, which is to help me narrow down the buildings. Give me a map with the areas marked on it. Okay. And then in the end, it narrowed. What was the fucking building? It doesn't work. No. Absolute nonsense. Anyway, where's the fucking, what was it called again? Hempstead. No, this is just, I don't know what to talk about this anymore. Fuck Christ. You could, man, you're in the right spot, brother. You should do one. Make a couple. They only really appear in the UK. No one's really taken up the mantle here in North America. Maybe I should do that. You can follow in the footsteps of those other lads that have been doing it for so many years. So, anyway, yeah, this was nonsense, utter crap, kind of like some of the other stuff I have up here to talk about. Just utter bullshit. Sorry. Yeah, nonsense. I'm sure Ross just hand waved the fuck into this. Nothing. Well, there we go. I got to the bottom of that pretty quick. Anybody listen, AI can be good to do research with, but getting it to find stuff like that and then stating that I've found where the UFO is, it's like, come on. Like, no, you haven't. Like, make one in Jim's backyard. Holy fuck, man, we could do that. Yeah. Summon them down here. Fuck, it's hot today, man. I'm like just sitting here sweating. It's hot as shit. I need to get some fucking earbuds, man. These things in the heat are not great. Yeah. It's fields and fields. Could easy make one, man. Oh, fuck yeah. Do it up. Yeah. We use Roundup and make permanent circles. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Fuck yeah. It's North American way, brother. Yeah. Oh, this is some more slop that I saw here on Twitter. A DARPA scientist told Jon Stewart that the aliens are coming back in 2027 to collect the bodies. Jon Stewart, the UFO researcher, not the comedian, says a DARPA-affiliated scientist told him in 2023 that NHIs are expected to return in 2027. They're coming back for the bodies, for their equipment. This guy's another shyster. This also correlates to Bob Lazar's humans are container statement. For the bodies. Come back for the bodies. It's true. Trust me. I heard it from someone. Okay, bro. For people that don't know, as he's pictured here holding, he's the guy that's pushed the alien interview video and said that it's real and had all these insiders that told him it was real. And I always thought it was fake. My bet would be that it's fake. Probably like most of the videos. So anyway, I just thought I'd just pull that up too. Just more slop. People just talking slop. All kinds of shit and slop in the bucket. Yeah. God damn. Yeah, they piss all over the place. Fucking aliens do, huh? Damn it. Yeah. For some reason, nothing grows with the UFO land. Yeah. Piss is green. Some strange color, brother. Well, they piss out their skin, I guess, people have said. So it's less like an actual piss and more like a slug trail. Everywhere they go, there's like a slug trail on the floor. And maybe that's what the crop circles are. They're just walking through the field. Yeah. Little pencil necks. Yeah, snapping. That's why they don't land, brother. That's why they don't land. They don't want to. They want to get Chad Hominin by us, right? You don't want to hit him with what's your bench, right? How many plates do you bench? When they say like we can't bench, you're just like, oh, okay, we're done. Done with these little twig boys. Yeah. We're much more rugged, far stupider. That's the only downside, but like way more violent and physical. Yeah. It's trade-off, right? It's the warrior class. They're like the wizards. We're like the warrior, you know. So we're all about the physicality. Speaking of wizards, here more slop here. I just thought I'd bring this up. Really bad luck. This guy's another guy who's out in ufology now. He's got a bunch of attention on him, a bunch of kind of woo attention. And there was recently a big get together. I forget what it was called, but there were some videos taken. Of some orbs he supposedly summoned. And again, they just look like they're fucking satellites. And this guy's, I'm following this and I'm bringing this up because we were just talking about Heaven's Gate cult a minute ago. I'll put the money on the table right now. Give it another 5 years. This motherfucker's gonna have a full-blown cult going. Full-blown cult. It's in the makings. I can just tell by how he talks. I'm not saying they're all gonna drink the Kool-Aid, but he's got some of that shit in his cupboard possibly. Yeah, well, so people asked him, they said, Chris, can we get the exact date, time, and direction made? Will help us rule out prosaic objects. And he said, come to the events and witness it if you want to see. The data is proprietary. This guy said, I live in Sri Lanka, mate. I'm not going to buy a ticket with evidence is flimsy. Last time you replied to my comment asking to buy your book, which I did, and now you say data is proprietary. Doesn't really sound like something God would want to gatekeep. I guess this is now your income. Yeah, I go out and do the work, thousands of hours of work every day, so you and everyone else can sit home and complain about the data doesn't convince you enough. The data isn't freely distributed to skeptics. This guy's off his fucking rocker, man. It's full-blown cult. He's drinking the Kool-Aid, except it's not the same mix that Heaven's Gate had, but like, oh my God, man. This guy said, I'm not a skeptic or a believer, man. I'm looking for the truth. But if you're gatekeeping data, then it means you're monetizing the abilities God gave you. It's like you had to pay to read the Bible and you refused to do an experiment either. Yeah. These are hallmarks of a scam. Yeah, well, it's hallmarks of a delusional person too, brother. That's the other thing. He's just fucking delusional. He's way up his own ass. And he just, every light he sees in the sky, he thinks they're talking to him. Listen, we don't know that they aren't talking to people. Here's the same with whether it's Chris Bledsoe or it's Bashar or it's Nancy Leader telling everybody the world's going to end. They may be talking to them. This is something they have to consider themselves, though, unfortunately, is that they don't really know who they are. And are they being truthful with them or are they fucking with them? And they don't know that, right? Yeah. Yeah. Man, anyway. Thought I'd just bring this up too, because I thought it was just, I saw this over the weekend, people talking about this, and I was just like, couldn't fucking believe it. Because what was happening is people were debunking these sightings he was having. They essentially told him, Chris, that's not your alien friends. That's a satellite, brother, or that's the ISS. It's the International Space Station. Like, we're all here wanting to figure this out, but, you know, he claims that he is this gift and fuck off. Said fuck off. Essentially it. Yeah. Large diodes. I read that it's large dildos for some reason. Huge lithium batteries. They're going to throw one of those on the basketball court of Earth soon. Just hit Chris right in the head with it, right? Lands square on his forehead. Looks like a giant dickhead. Is that what's going on here with these sightings and these communications, though? That's kind of what it is, unfortunately. It's what he ends up looking like, a dickhead, when he says stuff like that. It's not helpful, and he's clearly not interested in the objective truths, right? He's interested in his own truth, and that is the hallmark of a cult. So anyway, I mean, people with sense know that anyway. It's the people without sense that are concerning. They will support that kind of behavior, and it's just not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. But anyway, yeah. This is the other thing that was in the title here I was going to jump to. Yeah. It's not even a sex cult. We can find a better one. Well, that's exactly right, brother. Not yet, at least. Not that we know of. You always find some things out, though. That's the thing, right? As time goes on, you start to realize, like, oh, weird stuff happening behind the scenes there, behind closed doors. I hope that isn't happening, but anyway, yeah. It's like he's clearly very sensitive to the criticism, but it's like you're delusional. You don't want to be delusional. You don't want to get yourself in a place where you're delusional. You want to be after what's objectively true, right? And thinking that every single video you get is going to be some kind of crazy experience. And they're charging people to go. Finn had posted, I meant to pull this up actually. He had posted a good take of this. Where did I put it? Oh, fuck. Right here. Oh, fuck. Maybe. Oh, right here. This is what they're charging people. I found this myself too, probably like a month ago on stream, that Mapping the Beyond, Trans-Dimensional Exploration and ET Communication, 5-day in-person course with Chris Bledsoe and Bertie Jaworski. You know what the funny fucking thing about this is? This is a funny thing. This is the funniest fucking thing here. I'll tell you the funny thing about this. That probably, and I was told this by someone, a friend of mine, who was coming here before and who's involved in these communities. And Bertie Jaworski is another name for a remote viewer. He used to go by the name Prudence Calabrese. And Prue Calabrese was one of the early remote viewers that had been trained, I believe, by Courtney Brown, who was subsequently trained by all of these Stargate guys. who were working with like Russell Targ and Hal Puthoff, and they were working with Bob Monroe at the Monroe Institute. So these are all like the American spy psychics, the psychic spies who trained these people. So Peru Calabrese was working with Courtney Brown at the time when Courtney Brown remote viewed Comet Hale-Bopp. So her trainer, who trained her, was the guy who set the Heaven's Gate cult off on their crazy, Kool-Aid infused meme there. So she's the girl who was working with Courtney Brown. Courtney Brown's a guy who said there was a spacecraft behind Hale-Bopp, and that's what got the Heaven's Gate cult started, essentially. So the same girl is now working with Chris Bledsoe. Now, I don't think Peru or Birdie was involved directly. They weren't involved directly with Heaven's Gate cult. I don't think she was involved directly even with sighting this craft, but I know Courtney Brown, who runs Farsight remote viewing, he was the guy who called that. So it's the same circle of people. So now she's working with Chris Bledsoe, the guy we were just looking at here is refusing to share information. And they're charging $1,200 for this 5-day in-person course. Crazy shit, man. Yeah. Lodging not included. You meet a few hours a day, in dude's mom's basement. Yeah. Could they do it again? Well, I mean, I don't know, right? Yeah. Well, that wasn't me. That wasn't. I just had that. I had that little meme there that I got, and I'm not really going to say who I heard it from. I don't know if he wants me to say that or not, but it is true. It is. I looked it up after. It is true. So it's this because I've been involved in some of these like woo areas, like remote viewing. I've talked with a good amount of remote viewers over the years, and I've had an interest. Obviously, it's interesting. Somebody tells you that they can just gather information non-locally, right? Because typically all the information that we acquire is through our senses, right? That's typically how we like to acquire data and information is through our senses, right? But this idea that there's this other way to acquire information, I mean, to most people in the hard sciences would say, no, that's fucking stupid. Like, it's not possible. But to them, no. But to me, someone who's interested more in philosophy, or it's epistemologically interesting. Epistemology is the study of knowledge and philosophy. And like, how do we know things? And so people have been thinking about this for years. Are there other ways to acquire knowledge, not locally? And so when people say they're able to do that, holy fuck, well, sign me up. Okay, tell me what you know. There's going to be no way to really verify that aside from, do you have is there some kind of predictability? Like, are there other ways that we can test? Like, was this truly blind, for instance, in acquiring this non-local knowledge? I mean, and if you do an experiment that like a double blind and they still acquire interesting knowledge that maps up with what we know in reality, then that's very interesting. Like if you hide an apple inside of a box and you don't tell them what kind of an apple it is, and they blind get that it's a Granny Smith, you're like, well, fuck, I mean, what's that, 1 in 20? How many different species of apples there are? Like, that's really interesting. And then you keep that going, you get more specific. Supposedly they can do this. I don't know. I mean, to me, it's not foolproof. It's not something that always hits. It's subject to interpretation. But there's definitely some really spooky things I've seen and even experienced myself in talking with or dealing with people that do remote viewing. So, anyway, but this is fucking sketch. That's crazy, man. Just fucking crazy. GALENTV, what's up? I'll jump in the chat here in just a minute. Yeah. Oh God. And I just wanted to play this clip. Here's the other thing I have up here, which is a trailer. So Jesse's going to be releasing this this week. And this is something else I've been talking about here quite a bit. At least I did and have been over the last year and a half since they released the new round of mummies. But the Nazca mummies, the tridactyl mummies.
I just got back from Peru, where I saw one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. What am I referring to? I just might have seen a dead alien, or an alien-human hybrid, or an entirely new branch of hominid, or an ancient human mutilated in a bizarre way to imitate what looks like a gray alien. I'm of course talking about these ancient Peruvian tridactyl, 3-fingered and 3-toed mummies.
Alien mummies.
Alien corpses. Mummified alien bodies.
Is this real?
Mummified aliens of Nazca, Peru.
What the f*** is that?
Oh my God. I can't wait for you to see these things because they're absolutely insane. And the facts around them and the region they were found in are just as trippy.
Nobody's done a deep dive on it, man, believe it or not.
But you're
which
probably
is crazy.
already thinking, Jesse, these were already proven to be a complete hoax. Why are you platforming this ridiculous topic? To you, I urge you to earnestly contend with these mind-bending facts. Top forensic experts in Peru, Mexico, and the United States have all investigated these bodies. After thorough investigation, they all think that these beings were probably once alive. They even looked for deliberate mutilation of the fingers and toes, which they found no evidence of.
There's data to show that some of these bodies can be interpreted to be perhaps living organisms.
It's not that they cut off one finger or the other finger.
The bodies are real.
You don't think they were constructed at all?
No, it would be very difficult.
You need to be the best surgeon in the world to do that in replicate.
Catastrophic disclosure is happening in Latin America.
Thanks to our amazing friend, Michael Mazzola, who's coming out with an epic documentary on the mummies later this summer.
These were found in roughly 2017-ish death. Yeah, is when they were found. There's different classifications. Some of them are definitely hoaxes, and they've been pretty definitively explained. These ones, the bigger ones, are the ones that are more anomalous, that there isn't really an explanation for and hasn't been. People have just kind of lumped it all in together. This guy in the middle, his name is Jamie Masson, and he's a famous ufologist out of Mexico. And he's been involved with 30 hoaxes. Like almost every single find that he's pushed over the last 30 years has ended up being bullshit. And so people too are pretty burnt out and jaded. Holy fuck, boys, we got some mummy slop. People are pretty jaded with anything he pushes forward, but this has come under a higher level of scrutiny than a lot of his other finds. The last find that he had that kind of publicly embarrassed him was the Peruvian baby mummy. It was in Peru? Maybe not. Anyway, there's this little baby mummy alien that they said they had. Like this little tiny, it looked like this, like, it looked very alien. And they apparently a grave robber found it in a cave way up high, I think somewhere in the Andes. And Stephen Greer got behind it. A bunch of people on Gaia TV when it launched got behind it. And Gary Nolan, who's the guy who's a part of ufology now from Stanford, the professor that Jordan Peterson just interviewed, I watched a video on recently. He in the end ended up figuring it out with his team at Stanford, at SRI, Stanford Research Institute, that it was a deformed baby fetus. It had a rare bone condition where the bones developed at a rapid pace. And it was aborted. So the fetus, it ended up being an abortion. It aborted early, and the baby died. And it had all these kind of deformed look to it. They made it look like a little alien. And so it's good. A good thing to remember though. There were a lot of people saying, and even myself just thought, this is just fake. Like they clearly just someone made this. No, it was actually real, but it was an alien. It was just a deformed body. And so that's an important thing to note as well with this, that, you know, are they just fakes? Sometimes it's more complicated than that. So, yeah. Hazy, what's up?
That documentary is going to be called
Bless
This
up.
Is Not a Hoax. And please pre-order his book, Catastrophic Disclosure, which I am linking in the description. We got a front row seat to this entire thing. We were able to go to Peru and see 3 of the most interesting tridactyl beings. Montserrat, Sebastian, and Santiago. One of my best friends and fellow UFO freak, Amar Kandil from the massive and very inspirational YouTube channel Yes Theory, decided to join me on this trip.
There's a mutation in one of those genes that could cause changes in digit development.
It has a fetus inside the body.
Oh my God. And the hand and the feet of these fetus are also tridactyl.
Never in the 8 years I've been researching have I mentioned or said the word extraterrestrial.
Yeah.
Never. We are talking about humanoid species.
Just from an anthropology perspective, that should be the most fascinating thing.
Graphic evidence of tridactyly exists all over planet Earth.
Everything came from a single place.
This name
comes from the word in the Nazca language. Laboratory, where cloning and hybridization.
That's exactly it, Moon.
Were done.
That's exactly
These
it.
bodies connect. They connect with technology. But if I want to use the technology for reverse engineering, then I prefer to hide the bodies and use it for war, right?
We have caught the Peruvian government and Ministry of Culture in multiple instances of bad faith acting around this case. For some reason, they don't want this case to see the light of day.
I put a lawsuit against them for $300 million.
I repeat, that one is fake. I'm doing something real and important, and I'm not a liar.
Interesting.
Maybe we can solve this mystery once and for all.
That's a pretty big deal. So I'll be watching that. Jess will be leeching off that content, brother, when she comes out. Absolutely. We'll be having a good time with that one. Yeah, who knows? Very interesting. I just brought it up because, hey, it very well could be. They could just be, as the lady was just briefly saying there's a tribe in Africa who they all have these very strange feet. They're three-toed. I just learned about this like fucking 2 months ago, that these people even exist. There's another tribe, I don't know if it's in Africa or in Indonesia, but they all have, is it their, it's not their liver. Is it their gallbladder? There's an organ that's like hyper developed in them versus just a regular person because they've been diving. They live their life in the water. And so they've evolved to be kind of different people. They can breathe under the water for 2 or 3 times longer than the average person. And it's a genetic adaptation that they've developed from their people being underwater and being around the water for generations upon generations, which is how genetics works, or you adapt to your environment. So it wasn't an island of midget people that killed elephants. Interesting. There's a Homo florentes, which was there's the pygmy, which is another group, but the Homo florentes was an even smaller group, a different race of humans. But I feel like there wasn't, or a small people, little people, I guess. I guess midget is an offensive word now, someone told me. Little people, no offense to anybody. They were talking about it on Rogan once, and I looked it up. It was a while ago. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, man. It may have been the pygmy people, but crazy shit. So maybe these are just very odd people who had this genetic deformity, and they ended up passing it down, and they ended up interbreeding amongst themselves. And then there was a group of people, humans, that just had 3 fingers and 3 toes and looked kind of weird. I mean, it could hypothetically happen. So, yeah, was it you that sent that, GALENTV? So now it is the M word now. All of these fucking language police out here. Language police, huh? God damn. There was a quote I read recently about people like trying to police language. It's like the beginning of like fascism or something. Like they start policing people's language. Some people say we just don't want to offend everybody, but then it's like sometimes you have to stir the pot, you know? Obviously you don't want to like hurt people's feelings, but you know what it is. GALENTV, welcome, sir. Just call them goblins now. Jesus Christ. Holy fuck. Welcome, sir.
Frank, I was muted. Gobos once? Is that what you're trying to say?
Huh?
What were we talking about?
We're talking about Nazca mummies now.
Language police.
Language police,
Nazca
yeah.
Mummies.
Nah. Yeah, we don't
know.
We don't want to police. Well, there's some language we have to police, unfortunately, but fortunately
I'm about 1.5 dingers in, and I'm ready to say I'm willing to believe on these Nazca mummies. I gotta say.
Are you willing to believe? Are you really? Okay.
I'm gonna lean towards maybe.
You lean towards maybe, huh? Holy fuck! Yeah. I don't know. That's.
We just needed a ding ding or two to get there.
There's a couple. You deserve it. Yeah, you deserve it. I just had a little bit of whiskey here, so I just ran out, but it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about them. I'm highly suspicious of anything Jimmy Masson puts out. But you know, I don't know. I usually just remain agnostic on these things. I think the little ones, the little guys that Jamie wheeled out in front of the Mexican Congress. People that don't know, I was streaming this, although we had like 5 people watching. But I was streaming the Mexican congressional hearing around UAPs. And I was 30 minutes behind, and I called exactly what he was going to do. I think I still have that clip saved somewhere. But he had unveiled them first in 2017. I said, he didn't just bring out the baby mummies, did he? And then, yes, he did. He wheeled them all out. And those little guys, the little ones that are like in the case, those are the ones that are a bit more sus. That I know people are thinking maybe some of them might be constructions. Where do they showed them here at some point? But
they should just have them exposed and the alien spores get into everybody's plate, everybody's orifices, and it just creates another, dare I say, P word.
Oh my heavens. Yes, we don't want that to happen again. Although maybe that's what the global elite want. But why are they trying to cover all this up? They just don't want them talking about it. I don't know. They did try and take them, I think, is what happened initially. They tried to shut down the initial conference for the stuff. But there was essentially their argument. There's the little guys there. Those are the more suspicious ones. But the reason that they tried to shut it down initially is because these finds came from grave robbers. They took these off of like protected indigenous lands, and they took them out of these cave systems, and then they sold them, I think, to Jamie Masson and co. And so that's why the Peruvian government was like, what the fuck? So they were trying to take them back away from them. But then the problem is like, well, you're going to do anything with it? It's still the giant thing all over again. So, yeah. Where did this name come from? Or is it your real name, Galen? That is your real name. Yeah.
No, it came from there's an ancient Greek physician named Galen. Psych, no, it is my name. But that is also true, though. There was actually a Greek physician, a famous Greek physician by the name Galen.
Isn't it a Greek name? Okay, I thought it was like a Welsh or Celtic name.
It's supposed to be like an Irish name, but
that's what I
guess
thought.
It's like a classic name.
Yeah, Galen the Butcher.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Good Lord, cutting packing people up. Imagine how hard you'd have to try around a black transsexual midget. Oh my God.
That'd be quite like a African American third gendered M word.
Little person. There you go.
Yeah, little person.
It doesn't have to be African American. It could just be African ethnicity.
That's true. That's true. African
or it could be somebody
other gendered.
It could be a Frenchman with a really dark tan sometimes too. I mean, you never know. Like it's just melanin in your skin. But there's some ethnic, obviously, differences between people that are from northern New Brunswick who sit in the sun all day and slightly different. We're all Homo sapiens at the end of the day. Some of us are a little bit small. Some of us have different colored skin. Some of us do different things with our body parts. But at the end of the day, we're all people. Can we all live under the sun together? Happily? Is that possible? Yeah.
Are you suggesting there's people out there that tear their limbs off and feast on their own limbs to absorb their own power? Is that what you're going on about?
No, but maybe. Yeah. Could be. Okay. Could be a meme. Yeah. Fuck. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. I would bet, looking at how this is going along, that potentially these may end up being genetically deformed people. Like specifically this one, you can see, although he had huge eye sockets. Listen, the thing that's weird to me, and this is again the more you know, that I didn't know, but how easily could we identify something as extraterrestrial? So I guess if it literally isn't from here and just arrived here, it's easier. If this is where things are complicated. Maybe they were genetically playing around with people, and then there's like they inserted a gene into somebody. They're hybrids. That'd be far more difficult, I guess, to discern. Because we're not relevant with any of the other data. We don't have the data. So if it's a completely new gene or something that looks off, it's just an unknown. It doesn't necessarily have to be alien. Yeah.
What are you suggesting there, Jim West?
Jim West. Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to say that I think right now you just need to be agnostic and let these guys and girls do their job and try and figure this out. But if I was a betting man, I would say deformed person. But I know there's some other indications that are a bit weirder than that. So
it sounds like you're trying to debunk there, little Mick Russell.
Fuck, just trying to debunk it. I mean, I'm not trying to, you know. There's a lady on YouTube addicted to drinking her own urine. Interesting, brother. What's
Well,
up, Kay?
I mean,
What's
Bill
up, man?
Gates made that. He made that machine, so that was fine. You know,
Yeah,
they
you
can do that.
You can filter. You just piss or do whatever, defecate into this box, and it turns into water, drinkable water. Yeah, yeah. Minimizing midgets to a single letter M is problematic, in my opinion. They're just people. They're people, and it doesn't matter if they're small. It's a better way of looking at it. Same with we're all people. Doesn't matter.
Well, even if they were extraterrestrial, they're still people.
That's true. That's what we're gonna get. Well, listen. I mean, look, we're all literally Homo sapiens, and we all fucking fight with each other constantly because we look slightly different. Imagine if we imagine
born in the galactic core.
Yeah, imagine if we actually run into another species. Like, I don't even want to know how that's gonna go. It's gonna be fucking bad. Yeah, be fucking bad.
Maybe their entire civilization is built around like humor, and they're just really, really funny.
Well, that would be nice. Yeah. They're always depicted as being so serious in all the movies, and they're always like really aggressive, or they're like slimy, and maybe we haven't considered this yet though. And no one's done a movie on this. They're beautiful. They just mog the fuck out of us as soon as they get off the ship, and they're funny, and they're super intelligent. Like, we're just completely cocked by them. No one's done a movie about that yet, or they show up and you're just like, oh fuck. Like, they're always like ugly and like slimy and like insect-like and evil. Like, maybe they're just the most charismatic the space Henry Cavill. That's why it's a real meme, like the Palladian meme. It's like they're gonna come down and just mog the entire human species and be like, what's up?
I suppose then it was like kind of like a District 9 situation where they had to like get out of their planet, and then they had their like big arc spaceship show up at Earth. But because they were so charismatic, so beautiful, such interesting entities, that they just start coming in, and all the and they work harder than other people's, and they're smarter than them, so they start taking all the jobs.
Yeah, fuck. I mean, it's.
And then they start running the company, and they won't hire the humans.
We're fucked. How would that make us feel? We feel terrible. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cocaine mummies bust me off a big toe, brother. Fucking stuffed full of that good stuff, huh? Yeah. God, yeah. One of them had osmium implants. Yeah, Moon. Yeah, that was the other weird. That's one of the inconsistencies. Yeah, it looks like something that came out of the Wuhan alien human crossbreeding lab. You think? I think they are real. They did come out of a lab or a cave, very high altitude up in the Andes, and it was like a religious site. And there's more of them. So
the mummies.
The mummies. Yeah, supposedly. I think that's probably what's been established now for people who've been going through the literature, is that they definitely are real. Like, they're not. That's
what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not constructed like paper mache. But the question is, are they actually like really anomalous? Well, they're clearly anomalous too, but are they?
I mean, they.
Yeah.
Could be like a divergent species or divergent Homo sapiens. What's the word I'm trying to think of? Divergent gene pool.
Divergent
of
gene. Yeah.
Homo erectus.
Well, that could be it too. I mean, you just never know, right? Like, oh, they're space Jesus.
Hey, maybe they're the Atlanteans.
Maybe that's what they look like. Possibly. Maybe we're big 8 foot tall people. We're like, hey, maybe that's what we want them to look like, right? Oh, look, they're making a space whale. Where's that fucking guy's YouTube channel? He is like the funniest Twitter and YouTube channel. His mom channels the Pleiadians, and then he makes content off it. I'm like, fuck, what the fuck? My mommy talks to them. Okay, brother. All right. All right, interesting. Yeah, all we need to know is can we fucking.
That'd be a fun mother-son project, actually. Maybe you should try to recruit your mom to do that. Do some remote viewing and you make content. Yeah.
Who's the guy whose mom channels the Pleiadians? Anyway, I'm not just gonna razz him, but it's like, yeah, she drinks the straight urine. There's another guy on YouTube too. He's like this like good looking like kind of hippie actor dude, and he spent a bunch of time with yogis, and he ferments his urine. He drinks like 3-month-old piss every morning. He'll take a sip of it, and he says it has all these health benefits. I'm like, brother, just like drink water. Like, what are you fucking doing? Right?
Yeah, shorter life.
Shorter life.
Maybe, yeah, that'd be one benefit.
That is one benefit. Yeah. Oh, I could show you one of the videos here. Actually, it's not that anyone probably really wants. It's completely off topic, but well, it isn't really because I mean, maybe the aliens told him to do this.
Maybe the aliens perfected this art, and he's just taking from the, the other people, the extra, the extraterrestrial Homo sapien. Crap, that's not what I'm trying to say. The people from another Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where is this?
Like that movie title that Kay said, "The Space Hills Have Eyes."
Space Hills have eyes. Yeah.
The Space Hills.
Yeah. What if they're sexy as fuck and they just want to mate? Well, it's like what's the other guy's name? He was a local politician in the UK who said that ever since he was a young boy, this like 7-foot tall mantis had been having sex with him. Simon something. Do you remember him?
Simon Parks.
Simon Parks. Yeah, he's been having sex with all these aliens since he's a little boy. Like, oh god.
He last I heard, he offers a reading to see what kind of soul you have. All for the affordable price of $50.
$50.
Because he says he wants to make sure that everyone can afford it.
You've got a yellow aura. I see much piss in your future. This is 3-month-old piss this guy's about to drink here. Oh fuck! Is this the sip?
The first thing that we get is it's very gnarly smelling.
Cold?
However, once it goes on your skin,
no, it's been outside in the sun.
I like to ride my bike.
He likes to ride his bike.
At least.
Holy fuck! People listen to him because he's like a good-looking guy. Like I think that's I've seen him off and on for years on YouTube, and he just really caught on when he started drinking piss. So you got to think like maybe this is all some kind of weird marketing campaign.
Hey, for all we know, he just like put root beer in that.
Well, that's true. That's actually true though. Yeah, we don't know actually. Oh, oh my god! It actually found him. Yeah. Kabu Mars, the only source I trust. His mom is one of the only a dozen or so with direct telepathic connection. Yeah, this is a dude here. Okay. I thought he blocked me because I I made a comment on one of his. Maybe he didn't know. Maybe temporarily.
What did you do? Would you ask him? Has your mom ever contacted any particularly tall human beings that may be from a planet with an elongated orbit that might be passing in the next few years?
Well, no. He kept posting these. I can't remember what he even would say, but I just put these like kind of saucy, like funny. I thought it was funny comments, and then I thought I couldn't find his page. I was wondering if he blocked him.
Some of those people just have no sense of humor.
To the family of Take It a Podcast.
Brother, what in the
a message
fuck?
From Katu. Animals rescued by local operations.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Christ is this? God, just Pleiadian fuckboys are gonna come down in droves. We're all gonna be screwed. Yeah.
What is that, like a house elephant he has there? Do you remember the house hippo?
Fucking
He's got the house elephant.
Yeah, holy fuck. Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah.
That's a very old, obscure Canadian reference there. The house hippo.
House hippo?
Yeah, there's an obscure Canadian reference.
What's that from? Trailer Park Boys?
No, it was like a public service announcement by, I think it was the Canadian government, that you shouldn't just believe everything that you see on TV, that you need to do your own research. And it showed a documentation of what they called the house hippo, which is like a little miniature hippo that lived in the house. And snacked on like potato chips that were left over and whatnot.
What about a house elephant now on the Pleiadian ships?
That's what I mean. He's got a house elephant there.
Holy fuck. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So how the Philosopher's Stones are created, fermenting piss crystals at different temperatures and different cocktail. Holy shit. I'll have to try that one, I guess.
What is that? Like uric acid crystals? Is that what's going on?
Is that how they did it? Was that actually what it was?
Yeah, it's through uric acid, maybe.
I mean, like, what are we gonna do when these boys show up? I think they'll probably go to Asia first, actually, because like they love like that kind of look. They like the kind of freshly shaven, kind of like very kind of femboy-esque kind of meme. So like he's obviously jacked, that guy, but this is
listening to the.
Anyway.
Hey, for all we know, he's wearing shapewear though.
It's probably a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. He's probably just jacked. I mean, these aliens, the perfect skin, 7 feet tall, you know.
That could be a mask in shapewear.
Yeah, it could be actually. Yeah. Anyway, there's another guy there. Why? Are there any lady Pleiadians here?
You're listening to the family of Tay Get a Podcast.
Why are they all dudes?
A message from Leica.
Yeah, maybe it's a monogendered species.
Growing darker.
This is a message from a Pleiadian.
People are seeking truth and awakening to the reality of who they really are. But there is also a massive change happening with the intensity of energy clashing. Many who have walked in darkness with hatred are growing worse.
Man, I have been listening to this fucking slop for like no joke now 20 years. And it's always the same message. I'm like, guys, could you do something for us other than just tell us what we already fucking know? Like, that's what I'd love to speak to. I'd love to ask his mom that question to ask them. I'd be like, can you just stop with all this bullshit and give us something like we don't know? Like, how about solving some of these equations?
How we know it's real. Their message hasn't changed.
Same, consistent for 20 years. Yeah, same fucking thing every week.
That's how we know it's true.
Oh my fucking god. Yeah, the same old slop every goddamn week. Yeah. Oh Christ. Is that his mom there? Or this is the? Oh god. There's a Pleiadian lady. There you go. There you go, GALENTV. There you go. You got to get in the right frequency, bud. Maybe she'll show up. This is what the fuck is this? All the same shit.
Oh my lord.
It's just the same old shit every day. Anyway, I mean, I don't know if I... Okay. We're done ripping on this. All right. Anyway, I don't know.
That was a worthy tangent.
Oh, fuck.
That was a worthy diverge.
When you get to this part of ufology, I just have a brain aneurysm. Yeah. What's this shit about Voyager 1? I don't know. Was that something that was on the screen? Yeah. Weekly channelings of St. Michael with a big old clickbait face. Fucking right. Yeah. 20 years of slop is nothing for the Pleiadians. Yeah, it's a drop in their cosmic slop bucket, brother. They've been telling the human race this for years. Like, stop having so much hate. You motherfuckers try and live on this planet for like 20 minutes and tell me how you feel. Walk into a Walmart on Saturday morning at like 9 a.m. You walk out of there and tell me you still feel great about yourself, right? And then here's a further test. Sit in the Walmart McDonald's for an hour straight, right? Without like getting agitated with all the kids, the poor kids running around screaming because their parents are paying attention to them, throwing food all over the place. You do that.
McDonald's.
You do that, and you walk out of there with a smile on your face, and you truly, you have my respect. But I know they would.
What do you mean? You'd walk out with a smile. You'd say, "That's done with now. I don't have to go back."
No,
and you're just beaming.
It's an unfortunate thing about trauma. GALENTV is it lingers around after the fact, and you just can't stop thinking like, "What are we gonna do? What's going on here? Like, can we not just burn these places down to the ground?" But no, we can't. Well, you can. I actually don't, but some people do. Yeah. Yeah, we need real advice, like go to court for infidelity instead of killing your neighbor for being Morris. Jesus Christ, yeah. They need to guide us and so maybe they can come down and give us all Bitcoin each or something. That'd be nice. Like just throw around because it's all just made up, right? Like just go find that buddy's hard drive that's in a landfill somewhere that has like $700 million worth of fucking Bitcoin on it. Like they could find that for us. Why don't you pick that up, guys? Drop it off at our front door. I swear to God, I'll spread it to everybody here. I promise.
Yeah, that happened to a friend of mine. His coworker, I guess, threw out a hard drive that had like 100 Bitcoins on it.
Yeah, this guy had a lot. It wasn't 700 billion. It was definitely 700 million. But yeah, it was almost $1 billion worth. Yeah, but I think it was like thousands, like 10,000 or whatever gets you to 700 million. Yeah, which is crazy. But he was one of like the early whales when it started that bought a bunch of it. And anyway, now it's just gone. Yeah.
Don't. It's like that South Park episode, remember? When they take all the space cash and then Mexico builds all those water parks?
Oh,
and then...
oh my God. When was that? That was a while ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Baby Farks McGee.
Jesus Christ.
He was international space bank robber.
Oh.
And they go and they kill him and they take all the space cash and then they fund the world economy with it.
Oh.
And at the end he says, it's space cash. It's not worth anything.
Space cash.
Then they put a big cage around planet Earth.
My favorite
Which
was
Randy says, "Well, this sucks."
Was it the Jusians? Is that what they're called? Yeah, the Jusians.
Yeah.
Fucking suck my jag on the K. That was holy fuck. That was a classic one. Oh my fucking god! Surprised they wouldn't get canceled for that one nowadays. Holy fuck, the Jusians. Oh my fucking god. Oh god, they've been killing it for so many fucking years now. Oh my fucking god. Unfucking believable. I haven't seen their last episode, but I saw some clips out of it. It was just Mr. Mackey like joins ICE and they go around, they like raid a Dora the Explorer concert and then sell her to Trump's Mar-a-Lago where she gets like sold into like essentially some kind of sex slavery. I was like, holy fucking Christ. It was pretty edgy. Pretty fucking edgy, yeah. Pleiadian chicks like how down to earth humans are. Is that what it is, bro? Yeah, that's how we can cope. Is that how the human race can cope? Yeah. Same with the Pleiadian guys.
Is that what the Pleiadian chicks are going to go after? They're just going to find all the hippie dudes?
Hippie dudes.
They're
Yeah.
going to travel back in time to the 1960s.
Why would they bother when all the Pleiadian men look like this, though? They want more rugged men. Maybe these guys are kind of like all sissy boys, though. Like they've only ever lived in this privileged environment, right? They never actually had to do any physical labor. They're all just naturally jacked out of their fucking minds. Maybe
they did like a reverse thing where like, you know, how you kind of like people are kind of looking for, it's kind of like if you go on like a dating app or something, and then you get like either like there are men that are just say like don't message me unless like these conditions are met, or the girls are like don't message me if you're like under 6'3" or something and you don't make like less than six figures. Maybe they had like a reverse thing happen that like, because everybody was born like genetically perfect, they're starting to look for like imperfections or effectively like errors in it. So they're just trying to look for like the most repulsive looking beings they could possibly find. And to them, that's what like the true beauty is like the imperfections.
Maybe that's the thing. Maybe there's still hope.
Yeah, so they come down and the Pleiadian women are just all over them incels, you know?
I just look down and I see something there. That's almost not an appropriate image, actually. Jeez, he's got that thing tucked up there in that spacesuit, brother. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, that's shapewear.
Why this fucking shape thing is shapewear?
He's got a stock and a cucumber in there.
Fucking Christ.
15 billion miles from Earth, in a region so dark and remote.
Voyager 1 just made an impossible encounter in deep space.
A 46-year-old machine built in the 1970s.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's still got a connection to it, don't they? Yeah.
The furthest human-made object from Earth.
It left the solar system, what, like 8 years ago or something?
Yeah, a little while ago, yeah.
No ears, no reason to turn.
Let me see, is there a news article? Like, did they just... It's still within the bounds of our solar system, like... It's out in the Kuiper Belt, I think. Yeah.
I thought it left the solar system.
Well, like our immediate solar system, but the influence of the sun goes out a long way. Like there's the Oort cloud. There's a solar system, you got like the Kuiper Belt, the Oort cloud. So
now if you count Nibiru's orbit, then I suppose it's still in.
Well, Nibiru's orbit would be technically in line with the Kuiper Belt, because the Kuiper Belt is essentially just the plane of the solar system, the ecliptic plane out.
Oh, I see.
And then the Oort cloud is everything around it. But yeah, mine's very limited knowledge when it comes to these things. It's saying how much longer, 30,000 years before it will leave, about 27,900 years. They're saying that it will leave the Oort cloud. Yeah, the Oort cloud's at 2,000 AU. So it'd be a while longer before it leaves.
We could just like race and beat it now.
And then it's
race a spaceship out, go pick it up, and then upgrade it, send it up further, make up for lost time.
Fuck. I mean, what are we gonna learn once it gets? Well, once it gets out that far, we'll probably lose contact with it completely. It'll be completely fucking gone. But yeah, interesting though. Interesting. Yeah, whatever lies out there in interstellar space. A scary place, undoubtedly, where there's all kinds of crap.
Hey, they'll make a Voyager 3, and it'll be the intergenerational ARC spaceship.
Probably working on that right now. It's probably what they're working on right now as we speak.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was some secret project that already like launched a generational ARC spaceship. Like just out to the cosmos somewhere.
Well, I mean, maybe there was the rumors. What was it? There's two sources to this rumor. One is, well, they're both sketchy sources. The first one was Gary McKinnon.
That's our favorite source.
Well,
those are our favorite sources.
That's where the most fun is had. Gary McKinnon was the guy who hacked into NASA, right? And when he was in there, supposedly, although he never brought back any evidence of this, he saw a craft up in the Earth's upper atmosphere, the satellite had taken off, a cylindrical craft, cigar-shaped craft, and then he saw documents while he was in at NASA talking about this off-world fleet. So there was a bunch of military people who were off-world somewhere, is what he got from it. That there were these people, well, whether there was a space force at that time, which there wasn't, or what other people had suspected, which I can't imagine they'd have, that's just casually floating around at NASA, but this may have been in one of the secured facilities that he ended up getting into, which is where he saw the object of the craft. For people that don't know, again, Gary McKinnon, back in the early 2000s, hacked into NASA. He watched Stephen Greer's press club event. I read the book, I think, actually, that he put on in 2001. And during Stephen Greer's press club event in 2001, which got featured on all the major media outlets, there was a lady who testified named Donna Hare, and she was an imaging specialist who got contracted to work at NASA. It may have been JPL. I can't remember where specifically. But at one of those facilities, while she was there, one of the imaging specialists in one of the secured areas, and she told everybody specifically where this was happening, even the building it was happening in, told her that they regularly airbrushed out images, high-resolution images of these anomalous craft before they gave them out to the public. They were instructed to do so. They did it. This is a building they're doing it. And so what Gary did was he ended up getting into the computers through like the front door or the front desk. They didn't have the password set up. It was just admin. So he wormed his way in through there, and then once he was into the network, he wormed his way into this building supposedly where Dawn had said she worked. And he found the computer, supposedly, where they kept all these unfiltered, unedited images, and saw the image of this craft up in the upper atmosphere. And he also saw, I don't know if it was in the same building or not, this list of individuals that were like off-world. But it's all very hard to believe, obviously. But the U.S. is trying to extradite him for years. And just recently, they ended up, not even that long ago, they ended up kind of giving up. And so he's just essentially not allowed to leave the UK. But yeah, I remember watching that video of her saying that. Do you really, man? Yeah, it was pretty profound. She's another one of those whistleblowers over the years that I just remember, like there's no, she just disappeared. She just gave her testimony and then no one ever heard from her again. Another guy, too, that worked at NASA, who also testified during that press club event, he was fairly high up. I forget what his name was. I could probably get his name here, actually, with ChatGPT, because it's good to reference this. Who testified at Stephen Greer's press club event and then got killed in a bicycle accident, which is extremely interesting considering Stephen's history of bicycle seats. But he had essentially said something similar. Yeah. And then he died. Yeah. Sergeant Major Carl Wolf. Yes. So, a UFO whistleblower who spilled the tea at Stephen Greer's National Press Club event, a part of the Serious Disclosure Project, May 2001, again, so just a couple months preceding 9/11, claiming he'd seen top-secret NASA lunar photos showing a base on the far side of the moon. Yeah. Then nearly 2 decades later, Wolf tragically died in a bicycle accident. Wasn't quite 2 decades. On October 10th, 2018, while riding in Lansing, New York. Struck by a tractor trailer, rushed to the hospital, died of his injuries, so... Anyway, I thought it was earlier than that. Sorry, I thought he died like not that long after. Maybe that was wrong. Maybe that's wrong. Yeah, and shit does happen. So he'd been fairly active in ufology up until that point, though. It's kind of like John Mack. John Mack was the other Harvard psychiatrist. He died in 2002. Drunk driver hit him. I don't fucking anyway. Thought I'd just connect that together, but anyway, he was another guy too. I always thought was very credible. During that press club event, he made that was a huge claim, right? I mean, some fairly accredited people that made some big claims, and anyway, is Donna Hare, is she still alive? I don't know. It should be able to get her. Anyway, it's just an aside, but yeah. Oh shit, she died around 2021. Okay, Donna Teets here, the former NASA photo technician who testified at Gru's 2001 press club event, is no longer among the living. A deep dive in her life reveals credible reporting. She passed away in 2021, likely from cancer, is noted on her by her son in social media. Interesting. Okay, wow. So she's also dead. Well, shit. Anyway, that's the shit that we know. I don't know how we even got on talking about Gary McKinnon, but yeah, he's always been like this enigma.
That we thought that at some point, likely the powers that be have sent out a generational arc somewheres.
All right.
Yeah, that's how we started talking about Gary. Who the hell does he look like? He looks like that Benedict
Cumbersnitch.
Crap, what's it called? Yeah, that's it.
Benedict Cucumber Snitch. Whatever you say his name. Aaron, what's up? Yeah. Right, the other source, sorry. There was this one, and the other source was from remote viewers who supposedly saw during a meeting with the government an exchange of not just technology, but an exchange of people. And the Project Serpo was the other one, which tied into that, right? Project Serpo was if I can fucking type again, my struggle. I believe this was the exchange between people, was it not? It's a fictional narrative presented as a true account of a secret U.S. government exchange program with an alien planet named Serpo, located in the Zeta Reticuli star system approximately 39 light years from Earth. It claims in 1965, 12 U.S. military astronauts were sent on a 10-year mission to Serpo, traveling at 40 times the speed of light, and returned to Earth in 1978 after spending 13 years on the planet. They met with these aliens, and the mission was initiated following the Roswell crash. It was when an anonymous email was sent to UFO discussion group. Anyway, Project Serpo was widely recognized as a hoax. There was remote viewing done around, not necessarily Project Serpo, but around the same kind of idea. And I just ran into it again on Jim Marr's book that we went over here. Not that I think this is all just fucking slop at that point, but anyway.
Jim Marrs, that guy.
Jim Marrs, yeah. You know Jim Marrs, yeah. Jim Marrs.
Yeah, he just seemed like a big meme.
Yeah, he used to publish like all this fucking shit. I
know for sure that those aliens out there, they were indeed taking those ranchers' cattle. I just wanted to say it was wrong. I think that was that. That was like him.
That's pretty much him. Yeah, he got the JFK plot. He's got the Twin Towers plot. He was a guy. He was very active on Above Top Secret when I used to go on the forums, and he would post he used to contribute to it regularly. Yeah, a lot of discussions on there.
Did you ever directly interact with him?
No, never. No. Aside from maybe commenting on one of his posts, but when the famous guys would post on that site, they'd never respond to anybody. They'd just make their post and fuck off. Like it was like this sponsored thing where you could post after the fact, but they rarely ever respond. George Knapp too did the same thing. They rarely ever responded to people, but he had this whole top-down conspiracy theory, like a lot of people have tried to have, which tried to weave in like the occult, the elite, and aliens, and his conclusion too, which again I think rested on a lot of woo, like remote viewing, was that the elite ended up meeting and dealing with the aliens at some point. The aliens warned them that there was going to be this catastrophe in the future, and that's why they've been so hell-bent on controlling the planet, because they're anticipating some kind of catastrophe, and they're trying to corral the public ahead of it. That was effectively his big TLDR. I just ran into this through this book, too. I mean, I kind of known that from him anyway. I didn't know he was all in on, like, the whole cataclysm bend quite as much. I know I kind of remember that of him a little bit, but that's effectively his meme, which is where a lot of people end up too with it, that they think this might be the case, but anyway. Yeah, but he passed away many years ago now, 2017. Yeah.
So, is that right? I guess he was pretty old.
43. I mean, I guess he wasn't that old. I mean, he would have been what, 70 something, 74? Is that how old he was?
Yeah, 74.
74, yeah. Yeah, Jim Mars doesn't have shit on John Jupiter.
Listen, I don't know who the fuck them John Jupiter is, but Jim Mars, all right. Jim Mars is where the real truth is there. See, and you know, if you don't talk to Jim Mars like that.
What about Peter Pluto?
Of course,
what about Peter fucking Pluto?
Oh, you see Peter Pluto, Peter Pluto.
Yeah.
Sally Saturn, fucking
Yuri Uranus.
Uma Uranus.
Or Uma Uranus.
And goddamn Aaron Earth. You know, all them motherfuckers have nothing on Jim Mars.
Jim Mars is the OG. Jim could be the next Art Bell. Thank you, brother. He's a gift gab, and then all is just do midnight streams, a guest interview. Yeah, fuck it. They get syndicated. Oh man.
Hey, I've been saying he needs to open up the phone lines like one day a week.
Yeah, I know. I've been thinking of doing that. We probably need more people though. I mean, that'd be like a thing. If we get like a couple hundred people in here, that'd be really fun.
That's why you want to
keep it going.
That's why you got to branch out to like radio, and then see if you can broadcast kind of on like the local area. And then you can get like the older people come and go. Yes, see, I had an alien encounter back in 1952. We had to say dickety because we weren't allowed to say 20. Because the Germans stole from us in the war. Now, as I was saying, back in 1952, I had an alien encounter. But what was important then is that, and it would just go on like that.
Just go on like that, and you just want to like strangle them, yeah. Max, what's up, man? What's up? Welcome, yeah. Just a new version of Eisenhower made a deal with Greys instead of Nordics. Val Venus. Yeah, that's true, actually. Well, what was his name again? It was the actual guys. Was it Val? Fuck. The Venetians or whatever. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Venetians. How do you say that? Venetians? People from Venus. Alien from Venus. What's that guy's name?
How do we not come up with Uriel or Uranus? How did we not see that one?
I said Yuri.
Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
I said Yuri, like Yuri Geller. Yeah.
Yeah, but it'd be Uriel, as in Uriel Septum.
Uriel Septum, yeah. That could work too. Jim going to be the Canadian Pirate Radio with the RV and 150 watt whip antenna. Eating pickles, living on pickles. Living on pickles in the woods in the RV like that fucking guy from 2012. I don't know who said that one time. Someone said that. I was like, you motherfucker. Just this crazy guy living in his fucking RV. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Woody Harrelson. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever the character's name was. I forget what his name was. But oh yeah, Valiant Thor. That was the guy who supposedly was.
Yeah, Valiant Thor.
Valiant Thor.
Valiant Venus Thor.
Yeah. Obviously not. Well, the raw material too, which is the old woo channeled stuff from the 80s, was a AI from like a Venetian civilization like 1 billion years ago. Is what it's supposed to be. That's another connection. But I mean, that's obviously like all fucking slop too. Yeah. Yeah. Venusians, not Venetians. I was like, what the fuck's my brain doing? Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. Blaming chicks love when we say dickety. Holy fuck. The Real, what's up, man? What's up? Thanks for the follow, man.
Theories, however.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Venusian Science Secrets. Yeah, it's all fucking slop. Have you read the Raw Material GALENTV?
Say that one more time.
Have you read the Raw Material?
I have not read the Raw Material.
You don't know the Law of One. It was like
I do not. Yeah. No.
Look at all these fancy books they have now. Wow.
There the Raw. No. Yeah, I definitely thought it was RAW, not RA.
No, it's just RA. It's supposed to be the Law of One Raw Material. Here you go, right here. It's a whole fucking website. It's like the Heaven's Gate cult website, for Christ's sake. It talks about all this fucking shit. Yeah. It's like old channeled stuff by some. They're all dead now, actually. We were just looking over to this recently, but she was a channeler. It was actually master's degree in library service. There you fucking go. Librarian talking with some alien intelligence, I guess. But I never really, the whole like service to other, service to self thing that a lot of other people had parroted in ufology. Oh, I guess aliens have said that supposedly in abductions and shit too. That was brought up here. Like this is maybe, aside from like Eastern esoteric shit, that was like the first channeled stuff to use that. And I probably would bet it's mostly just slop.
Would it be worse to do a service to none instead of a service to self?
Well, but sir, not even yourself. You don't care about anything. It's completely nihilistic.
Service to destruction, not even to self.
That would kind of be but like, is that what you want?
No, I was going to say, would that be more evil than a service to self?
Well, but
a service to none.
Service to none. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to make a decision at some point, though. You wouldn't cause any destruction if you just were sitting around not doing anything.
Well, if you're not even serving yourself, then you wouldn't have any value on your own self's, like desires and values, or even life at that point.
So you just don't have any values, you don't have any desires, but you want to destroy everything. You want to destroy everything now.
Exactly.
So that's kind of a service to yourself, though, is it not? Because you're going to destroy everything because you want to, regardless of everyone else's stuff.
But it would be a disservice to yourself, though, wouldn't it?
In the end, it objectively would be, but you're serving your own.
At the expense of yourself.
Well, it's mainly at the expense of others, so destroy everything. If you yourself are making that decision, like, you could say that would still be like you're still serving yourself because you're making a decision. I say if you didn't do anything and like didn't do anything at all, just like sat there like a Buddha, like the Buddha just living off a grain of rice, right? In the Buddha story, living off a grain of rice a day, just not doing it, and you realize you're like, well, I don't want to like upset the chain of anything, and you realize that's how Buddha
live off the grain of rice.
Huh?
You wouldn't even live off the grain of rice.
No, but then you would realize you have to make a decision. Yeah.
No, you're just making no decision. The decision is abstaining from all decisions.
Yeah, that'd be hard to do, I guess. Yeah, it'd be very hard. You'd be making
stuck in the tree.
Would you not be making a decision to abstain?
Would not help.
You'd be making a decision to abstain, though, from decision making, wouldn't you?
Yeah, against thyself. Service to none.
Valthor, wasn't he supposed to have his 6 fingers on each hand? I didn't know if I heard that part. Yeah, fucking Christ. Yeah. Jimmy Thie, I was at the recording studio yesterday mixing some music with my engineer, and there's a big glass window in front of the monitor. It was a beautiful day, clear sky, and I was taking a gander at the window when I saw what I can describe, and none other than the golden egg. This tripped me out and thought it would have been a plane. I got up a little closer look, and by the time I got to the window, it was gone. If there had been any sightings, as we talked about, yeah, and this was a bit mild, but it was worth noting and happened literally yesterday. Thank you for sharing that, Max. Fuck yeah, man. They've got your back, brother, or something does. That's interesting, though.
Was it the same egg that Jake was talking about?
So, well, it was golden. No, his was white. Yeah, this is a golden goose.
I want to say Jake Coulthart, but that's not it.
Yeah.
The hell is his last name?
Who, Jake?
Barber. That was it.
Barber. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
Fucking Christ. Yeah, that sounds pretty sick, though, man. Yeah, misanthropic nihilism. Yes. Christ. Yeah, god damn it. Yeah. I had the Law of One permanently bookmarked on my desktop. Fuck, man. It was a crazy story. Yeah. We have no idea, right? Is this some kind of alien AI from 1 billion years ago from some lost civilization on Egypt that the Egyptians were communing with unknowingly? What's going to happen with our AI if it gets out?
Yeah. Do you suppose that that's what the generators of the Great Pyramids were for? Was to, in fact, power this all-powerful AI?
Wouldn't that be? It's kind of fucked, though, when you think. I mean, when you really think about it. If this is obviously something we don't understand yet, but if we're able to create this super intelligence and it pervades kind of outside of the bounds of our technology, and it just ends up like in the ether, out in the galaxy, out in the solar system. and people are able to consciously end up tapping into it somehow by altering their consciousness, and then maybe it speaks with these ancient peoples and tries to give them some kind of a blueprint for technology, and they make it out of stone. Wouldn't that be fun? This is why we have no fucking idea, man. Like seriously though, we have no fucking idea. We have no idea how strange things could be. There could very possibly be something like that out there. I don't know, like we see any physical evidence for it, but then do we trust the government to tell us? So I'm new, but I hate to ask, but what's the Law of One, Sally? Yeah, this is a Law of One here. It was channeled material back in the 80s from this lady, Carla Ruckert, and it was Don Elkins was the he was the curator of these sessions, but he died in 1984, founder. But yeah, anyway, it was just these that they are a 6-density social memory complex that formed on Venus about 2.6 billion years ago. Humble Messengers of Law of One, but it's kind of like an alien philosophy book. Channeled woo, esoteric stuff, yeah. But yeah, they're just monitoring to make sure nobody steals Lars' snare sound from St. Anger. Yeah, what about my neighbor's backyard? It was dull sky blue with golden markings. Wonder if it's related. Interesting. Yeah, people putting slop up in the sky. Law 1 is just hard to explain. It derives from a bit of everything, touches on a lot of Egyptian history. Jim, how would you describe it? How would I describe it? Yeah, it's like an esoteric text. It's kind of like a philosophy text. It's very esoteric and woo. And here's some of the categories it goes over: archetypal mind, higher self, meditation. One of the big things that it gets into, essentially, which is what a lot of other esoteric kind of woo alien channelers got into in the 90s, which is interesting because this came out in the 80s, and which is found in like Eastern esoteric traditions anyway, is that there's two extremes, like ethical extremes that like souls have, your consciousness has. So obviously we have our own human ethics here, but that the player, the soul, also kind of has its own ethical orientation, and it's divided into two camps, and this is how the aliens are divided too, supposedly, according to these texts, that one camp ends up like they're service to self-minded entities and they're service to other. So you could look at it like as good and evil. So the good people are service to other. They consider others in their decision-making. They've strived to form communities and et cetera, although you could argue communities are beneficial for the but self-interest and selfishness are two different things, right? So
would you still make the, we'll say, for lack of a better phrase, the evil choice while still considering other people?
Oh, yeah.
For instance, around here, there's a real problem of when you try to like make a lane change with a car, or you try to pull like into the road and there's another car coming. That is, you try to make the lane change or pull up, the person behind you like starts to speed up, almost like they're gonna like try to hit your car. So are they not? They seem like they're considering the other person there because they're speeding up. But why is it that they speed up? Are they interested in having the accident? Would that not be a considering other people yet still being a service to self, I suppose?
I could. You'd have to do deeper analysis on the intentions there, I guess. You would have to see, just see what happens. Just pull in. What were you thinking? Maybe they weren't really paying attention. Maybe they're kind of half paying attention.
The only thing I could think of is that just by, we'll say, legal analysis of it, because you're trying to pull into their lane, that if they hit you or rear end you, you could say that you had the right of way. So that maybe they want a new car or something.
Yeah.
That still seems like a stupid decision, though.
Some of the photos from the sessions from a trip, if you've never seen them, of these ones here, Max, I can't remember. I don't know if I have, actually. It's light reading for people scared about the cannibalism and blood ritual shit in agent occultism. It tries to lighten the mood around the duality philosophy, yeah. I mean, it's an oversimplification, I think, it's of times of ethics, but then, I mean, we don't know if we're in a simulation and there is a player. I mean, maybe it's that, maybe that's it's kind of was implied that's one of the purposes of life, if I recall correctly. I think that's what Raw and the text that stated, where it's like that's what has been reiterated by other esoteric woo people and ufology and channeling communities, that the purpose of this existence is to kind of figure out which lane you're in, right? But I personally don't know if you can boil it down to like decision making that people make. I mean, are they considerate of others? Are the decision making strictly just for themselves? You could argue that, well, if you want the choice to live in like a loving, welcoming place, you'd be like, wasn't that a selfish decision that you're doing all this work for other people, so they do work for you, and you get into all these kinds of nuanced angles of it, and it's like, well,
let me propose this question to you.
Yeah.
All right, suppose you go in for a job interview, and then the person that's about to interview after you know exactly their situation. Effectively, it's somebody that has no job, that effectively is out of money, and they have a family of like 3 kids or something. But you also don't have the job, and you need to survive as well. But you're not in quite as dire circumstances as the other person. And it comes down to you and this other candidate. Do you remove yourself from the candidates of job to ensure that the other person gets a job, or do you take the job yourself?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Exactly. Service to self.
No, I mean it depends. That's a real world example though of stuff like that happens. Like you're on a boat and you're just about to run into food, and like what do? Are you the one that makes a sacrifice so that people get to live? I mean, there's lots of examples. So those are extreme examples. Or that example you just gave isn't necessarily an extreme one, but I mean that's what
the world is.
Yeah, it is. And like a desperation, obviously, I don't think necessarily puts people in a good state of mind. And that's one of the problems with it. And that's why it's so concerning that we're not trying to lift more people up out of poverty, because poverty is one of these drivers towards a lot of these desperate actions. And it creates a lot of the issues we deal with in society, right? Drug use, abuse, all that stuff. So, yeah, trauma. What I don't like about it is it strips all the esoteric shit out of it because of people invoking ancient rites were dead ass serious with sacrificing live subjects, brother. It's super grifty. Yeah. This is super grifty, the raw material. It's not like relying on like that kind of level of brutality, maybe. Like it's more of like they sell it as like this higher ethics that's coming down from this higher place, and that it's all through just basic channeling without having to like pull somebody's guts out or something, or carve somebody's heart out. But yeah,
there's a lot of discussion of the higher self and coming from the higher place and the ascent. What about the lower self? All right, what about lower ethics?
The gooner.
Are we to neglect those?
The goon or the coomer? Yeah, that's
is that
the lower self?
You just go purely based on like instinct with no conscious thought on anything. It just entirely on like hedonistic instinct.
Egg and Day of the Masturbator. I just gotta make sure this doesn't like show up. I saw this guy. Have you seen this image here? The Masturbator. God, I gotta be careful going on images here. You never seen this? Is Masturbator from a Swedish 1908 medical textbook. You guys ever see this? Yeah. Here this is part of the lower self here. Open copy image address. I can't just open the fucking image up. Yeah, here. Right here, you guys see
this guy? Is that drool or is that semen coming from his mouth?
I don't know. That's probably up for debate.
I think it's drool. Probably it's drool.
Yeah, we probably would say that. It's probably drool, yeah. But yeah, that's a masturbator from a Swedish 1918 metal. That's the lower self there, I guess, right? Which some of these websites definitely humor people's lower self. The higher self is all about making good decisions, about like enlightening yourself, knowledge, logic. That's the higher self, right? This is straight goon in here. This guy's fucking 18 hours in. Yeah.
Here, I've got the picture of the lower self.
Oh, do you? Oh God. Oh, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. It's my favorite Wojak. Oh fuck! I fucking hate Discord. Here, open link. Here we go. Oh yeah, the cum brain. Burned out dopamine receptors, high prolactin, hypofrontality, lost free will to extreme reinforcement of primal drive, slave to sexual distractions. Measurable brain damage, no longer creative, just thinks about sex 95% of the times. Impaired problem solving. Don't let this be you. Stop before it's too late. Pornhub, yeah. Holy shit.
I suppose that would be the lower self then.
Oh, it's pretty low. Yeah. That's pretty fucking low, all right. Yeah. God damn.
Because there's all this talk about ascending, the going to, and being ascension, ascending, whatnot. What about descending?
Well,
to descend.
Look where we're going. Look where civilization's headed, though. Look at it. Yeah, that's where we're going to end up.
It might seem bad because we're just aware of everything now, but I'd still say it's on the upswing. Overall.
You think? Well, yeah.
Overall.
Comparatively, the last 1,000 years, absolutely. But, well, very quickly it can descend now.
Hell, even comparatively to the last 100 years.
Yeah. Last 100 years. Oh, well, yeah, fuck yeah. Parallel worlds probably exist. Here's why. Oh, fucking interesting, brother. Pull up here in a second. Yeah. I like to look at it from the yin-yang perspective. The light side is wisdom and application of philosophy. The dark side is vehicle for imposing will and instinctual action. Yeah. You have to balance that shit or you end up at the bad time with either extreme. Exactly, man. Yeah. It's like there's only one good knowledge and one evil. Ignorance. Socrates. I have a pin somewhere, I think, in the fucking Discord. I think I do. And forbidden knowledge.
Does that not mean that all people are evil then? Because all people are ignorant to some extent? Because one cannot be all-knowing? Is this the standard Socrates?
Striving for it. And that was probably Plato, not Socrates, honestly, that said that. But And also logic. Yeah, I think you're on it, Kay, though. Yeah, it's like wisdom and application of philosophy. Yeah. You have to balance that shit or you end up in bad time. Yeah, they all have the capacity for evil. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we all do. I do agree. I do agree that when it comes to like this kind of like esoteric kind of woo stuff, though. I mean, decision making is incredibly important. I think that's one thing. Some people try and in the modern day try and explain that away, or there's movements in like physics where they think the whole material world is determined. It's all deterministic, and it doesn't matter what we do. Like we're all just down this everything's already figured out. And I intuitively don't subscribe to that.
It sounds awful fatalistic. It sounds awful like fatalism.
Well, yeah, it can also sound like that. But like the material world's determined, and so because we're a part of the material world, then our actions are. But then we don't know if that's all. It's a materialist perspective on that view, and I mean we don't know if that's all we are. Right. And so if that isn't all we are, then it's not that simple. And so then to come to that conclusion is like, yeah, even people have the capacity for good too. Well, man, yeah. But defining what is good and what is evil too. I mean, that's ultimately you get down to that. It's like, what does it mean to be good and what does it mean to be evil at the end of the day?
Hey, if you can be evil while doing service to others, can you be good while only doing service to yourself?
Probably not. Again, we have to lay out those definitions.
You don't think there's any circumstance where one is purely service to self, yet they are spreading good in the world?
Well, I should say that maybe you're somebody who's an artist and you're just sharing your art with people. You really care about yourself, but your art happens to help people too. So I guess you could say that there's making a positive contribution overall. Right. So isn't it an inherently negative thing? So then when it comes to these like systems of ethics, I mean, is a strictly service to self person evil? You need to define what evil is. Yeah.
What about Walmart, as you were talking about earlier? You'd say Walmart is entirely service to yourself, but there are a lot of people that might not be able to get by without the services of Walmart.
Well, I don't know if I believe that. fuck Walmart. I don't know if I believe that. I mean, I'd say fuck Walmart. I'd say if there's a place that you can steal from, no. If there was a place I had to steal from, there's top of my fucking list, and I wouldn't feel bad about it. Oh, Walmart's the first target. Let me tell you. Yeah.
What about Amazon? If you could actively steal from Amazon, would you do that?
People do that all the time. It's called they return things and they don't put all the things back in the box, and then just. I've heard all kinds of games.
What if they just ship back like an empty box?
Well, here's a fun one you can do. You buy. Oh, this is a particularly dirty one. Someone told me this is in this chat actually. But let's say your microphone breaks and they're not going to cover it for warranty.
I think I heard that. I think I heard about this one.
You buy a new one, and then you complain that it's not working. And you put it back, you put your old one back into the box and then send it back. And then they give you the money back for it. And now you got a new mic and you got your money back. Some dirty things that can be done. There's some dirty things that haven't been done that people do. I haven't done those things.
You'd have people that just would. I'll tell you one thing that a mutual acquaintance of ours did years ago was with Walmart though. And that was, they would sell Magic the Gathering cards at Walmart. And what they would do is they would go and they would buy like one of those like pre-constructed decks or something. And they would take all the valuable cards out of it, put in like common cards that were like 5 cents, and then return it and get the full price back. And then they would just put that other thing back on the shelf.
That's so fucking crazy. Yeah. Nice little game.
There's a mutual acquaintance of ours that did that.
Furiously writing
at least once.
The Twitch, this is not advice. Yeah, do not take any of this as
advice. This is entirely. This is not even. This is a service to no one, is what this is.
Yeah, fuck.
This is the service to no. This is a service to the This is descending, is what this is. This is descending to the lower self.
That argument posits the old every circumstance is situational. Yeah, donating sperm to an Indian village where every other kid has 3 legs and 6 arms, but you're a chronic masturbator could be seen as both. It's another example, actually. Yeah. You're benefiting the village. Are you though? Maybe. I guess maybe. Yeah, you could be. Dirty bastards. Yeah, that's some dirty shit. Well, was it someone that you knew too?
Well, I mean, if
GALENTV?
they've got 3 legs, they're working with a legit bat there. So
that's
that might
true.
be fine.
Actually, yeah, they might be okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they're working with a legit bat.
Who was it?
Himself up as a 3rd leg. God damn.
Who was it? GALENTV that used to get the WoW subscriptions from Walmart and then bring it back.
I think that was our mutual friend that I was talking about.
Was it? I thought it was you. Maybe it wasn't.
No, hell no. I never. Man, there was one time I remember I went to the Tim Hortons, and I think they gave me the wrong change. I felt bad for like 2 hours after that.
Holy shit. Wow. Yeah.
What can I say? I was a little goody two-shoes.
Oh, okay. God damn. Yeah, that was a good trick. I heard that one back in the day. I was like, fuck, that's a good one. Yeah.
If I had to guess, I'd say that was our mutual acquaintance.
Was it? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that also did the magic card thing. There was another one that he did too. There was way back a long time ago that there was it was back when League of Legends was like just starting to kind of take off. There was an exclusive skin that you could only get like from a magazine. So what he did is he went into the store, took a picture of like the code in the magazine, put the magazine back, and just redeemed the skin.
Fuck yeah. Oh, that's just smart though. That's smart. Yeah. God damn it. To ascend, you must descend. Palladium babes, take me soon, brother. I heard GALENTV calls no-kill animal shelters and attempts to persuade them to change their policy. Holy shit.
Oh my
All
goodness.
the puppies. Throw them in the blender. Yeah, holy shit. God damn. Yeah. Fucking Christ. I don't fucking steal things either. I'm not like a big guy on that, you know. The only thing like over the years that pissed me off are the grocery stores. I do have a grudge to the grocery stores, I have to say. And there were times when I got fed up with the grocery stores, but let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. I don't have any love for Galen Weston, who runs the Superstore franchise in Canada, because that motherfucker's ripped more people off.
Yeah, now that Loblaw group.
Those fuckers, yeah, fuck them. Yeah, like they can charge you all this money for nuts and stuff, and vanilla, and
People like that, they're ruining it for everybody that is going through the honor system.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, I've heard stories of people like walking out with full carts full of groceries just out the front door. I'm like, I would never do that. Like, that's like so brazen. Yeah.
I think they're like J-Rock ganking groceries. That's what they do. They roll up, grab yeah, man, we ganking groceries, and we got the hustle, man. That's what we do.
Yeah, I mean,
trying to get on my ganking groceries.
Well, they have at Nova Scotia. It's really bad, I guess. But yeah. The car business is just as shady. We used to yank more expensive engines and put 305s back in, are worthless. But look, exactly the same 350s, 400s. And rebuild the better engines for our race cars and sell the junk car, man. Oh fuck yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, same memes. Yeah. Heard GALENTV is a court order to not go with 100 meters of any Canadian aviary. Oh my fucking God. Yeah, it was that incident, you know? Listen, we just live.
I guess they saw the duck video, did they?
Yeah.
They disturbed the duck over at the pond.
You did. I don't know if Golf actually even saw that, actually. Yeah,
that's what I mean. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, prawns in the curtains, brother. Works every time. Yeah. Fucking Christ, yeah. They look up the tags and see 355 with limited slip, 12 bullet rear, and then a 400 small block, and they get a 209 open diffs with the 10 bolt and the 305. Shady deals that people do, brother. Oh yeah.
Tintin, what's up? Hustle, everybody. What happened to a man's word? Integrity.
Yeah, that stuff died a little while ago. You know, it's every man for themselves now. It's the hard times. It's the hard times that have been created, right? So yeah, it's literally it. It's literally what has to happen. Yeah. Are you telling me there's a Galen Duck video? Yeah. Hey man, no. Hopefully you're all well. Hopefully you're well, Tintin. Well, there was, but we don't have it. We did we live streamed outside trying to summon aliens.
Yeah, it was on the live stream, and I thought it was a rock over on the shore, and it turned out it was a sleeping duck.
It was a sleeping duck. You disturbed the duck. It was almost a real life bird attack that happened there. She got kind of pissed too. She's coming over, start some shit. You don't fuck around with ducks like that. Yeah. You wouldn't sell a turd to someone who didn't deserve it. Yeah, man. Fuck. I remember for like guitar stuff over the years, like dealing with people. I've bought and sold so many fucking pedals and amps and guitars, and all the motherfuckers showing up at your door being like, I remember it's with pedals for some reason. Probably because they're not that much money and people feel like they could rip you off. But so many times they come to the door and I'd list it for like let's say $100, and he'd be like, "Oh, I only got 80," and I just be like, "I guess you're not getting the fucking pedal in." Close the fucking door. I'm like, "I'm not doing anything with you ever again, you fucking bitch." Like, oh, so many times that happened to me. Probably like, I shouldn't say so many times. Out of like, I don't know, the 20 pedals, 25 pedals I've sold, like probably like 5 times that happened. Very strange behavior. But musicians are all shady fox. It's probably some of you know anyway. Thieves and shady fox and desperate and poor. And that's what happens sometimes. They only have $80 and they're hoping you're just going to be like, "Yo, he'll take it. He'll take it." No, I'm not fucking it. Never fucking took it. Never took one low ball ever in my life. Fuck that. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Oh, yeah. COVID happened. We saw everyone's true colors and now we just don't give a fuck. Bro, that's what happened? Yeah.
I suppose so.
Is that what happened? Yeah. Yeah, it's... We know who to eat first now. Like, when things get real bad, we know who's getting eaten first. Yeah. Haggling is for court. Once it passes the threshold, it's on you. If for court, yeah, man. It's... My whole thing is always in the ad, I would put, like... It is what it is. Like, first and cash at the door, because the other thing is like, "Oh, bro, like I can PayPal you transfer you right now, or I can e-transfer you right now, bro. Or you take a check, bro?" I'm like, no, fucking take any of that shit. Like, I think I try and like give me a check for like $1,500 amp. Oh yeah, wanted to write me a check for like, I was like, get the fuck out of here, a check. Like, you think I'm stupid? Like, no, absolutely not. Anyway, cash at the door. Price is non-negotiable. Fuck off. Yeah, if you're trying to negotiate it. Yeah, but yeah, I don't really handle. But anyway, I'm not that I'm really good at selling stuff either. That's just what I do. I'm like, this is what I want for it. There you go. Fucking, that's it. Right? Or I'm gonna buy stuff from people too. Whatever they tell me that the price is, like, usually I'll just give them the fuck money for it. If it's too much, I just will argue with them via text or some shit. I won't even go see them. But if I go see something, I'm like, fuck it, yeah. Here, this is what it is. Like, whatever. Fuck, I'm not gonna fight with you over for like 20 fucking minutes. Like, yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah. How did we start? We started talking about fucking raw material, didn't we? Is that where this went? Goddamn.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We started talking about the hustle. Actually, what we started talking about was the pyramids as like a generator for like some ancient artificial intelligence.
Oh yeah.
Then it was the Cumbrain.
Yeah.
And then we started talking about the Loblaw group and how they need a fuck off.
How their mixed nuts are too expensive.
Yeah.
And how they put cameras at the self-checkouts now and how they've caught on to the game. Yeah. I always highballed a good 1/3 of the volume to see if they make a bullshit offer. Oh, that it's a good strategy, man. It's a good strategy, yeah. It's a good screen for wheelers dealers. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. When people know dispatch stuff you paid for on eBay, it makes me oh yeah. Fucking Christ. That was the other thing too. The stuff I've sold on eBay over the years, like instantly, right on top. It's second the sale goes through. I'm there packaging it up. So I sold a couple guitars over eBay. Man, the fucking cut eBay takes, dude, Jesus Christ. God, that pissed me off. I didn't realize that until after the sale had gone through on a guitar I sold for $2,000. And fuck, I lost. It was like 10% or something stupid. Like, it was, I couldn't believe how much they took. I mean, obviously you're using their web, but like on Kijiji or those other kind of like Facebook Marketplace, you never really, there's no cut that's taken. And I never really sold something before on there. I learned my lesson after that. I was like, oh my gee, I didn't read the fine print. Fucking ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna license to use eBay. You got to scan your face now. That's probably, actually, they can probably find somebody now if they fucking rip you off. Yeah. Yeah. God damn. Oh, fucking anyway. Just goddamn bullshit. Yeah. Everything's too expensive now, though. Like, oh. Yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Maybe it doesn't have to be, though.
Does it not? I mean, how are we going to fix inflation? I don't know. I think it's just going to keep getting worse. It's my bad.
Well, eventually the money will become meaningless, maybe. Not that it already is not, but...
maybe there's a parallel world here where, like, things are more affordable. We're on a better trajectory and things are more affordable. That'd be my hope. Yeah.
Yeah, the economy crashes because prices go down for everything. There's a gigantic stagflation, then deflation. It's that tightening of prices. All of a sudden, the dollar is worth an absurd amount of money now. Unlike now, where you say like $1, you can't even get like a coffee for $1 anymore.
No, it's hello, Chocolate Labubu from Dubai. Aliens exist. I have proof. Show us, brother. Show us. Show us your proof. Yeah, let me see it. I want to see it right now. Yeah. They visited you recently. Yeah.
Actually, just on the side topic of guitars and music and whatnot, there's something I came across I'd forgotten about. I've never actually asked your opinion on this. What do you think of the whole situation surrounding Kurt Cobain's death? You think Courtney Love killed him?
Oh, that's a good question, actually, isn't it? That's a little conspiracy. Yeah.
I just came across this some Kurt Cobain conspiracy thread, and I was like, I've never asked old Jim Russell about that.
I was a huge Nirvana fan as a kid. As a little kid, I grew up listening to Nirvana. Huge fan. I don't know. It's one of those people. It's like Anthony Bourdain was another one who people had said. I also God, one of my favorite people ever was Anthony Bourdain, man. Holy fuck. That literally shed a tear when that guy died. I couldn't believe it. I could see them both taking their lives. I mean, that's kind of a dark thing to say, but oh yeah. I
think the argument was that he wasn't physically big enough to operate the shotgun in the manner they were saying in the what would be the coronary report, that it was his arm wasn't long enough to actually pull the trigger from where they said the shotgun I guess was shot, if I remember correctly. There's a lot of supposedly things around that where there's some questions, some questionable things about the official report.
Do you think 100%? Yeah, sorry.
I don't know. It was just something that I've just came across. I thought, this is probably right up old Jim Russell's alley.
Well, I used to love grunge music and Nirvana. Yeah, 100% she tried to kill him, but you don't think she was the one driving it? Yeah, I think it had to do with the same guy running the record label, wanting rock music to die so they could push the gangster act prison complex scheme. Interesting. Yeah. I've seen, unfortunately, these videos. I unfortunately saw it again. The first time I'd been on to poll in a little while, and of course the first thing that comes up is the guy blowing his head off with a shotgun, which is lovely to watch. So you can do it. I mean, I think you can do it. He probably figured a way to do it. I mean, same with Tony Bourdain. I mean, God, that guy joked about killing himself every fucking episode. He was very mentally unwell. People think the Clintons killed him. There's a conspiracy that he was working on this documentary about child trafficking and that he had some information on Peter Schiff and being involved with some pedophilia, and he was a known drug addict. He drank a lot. He still had a cocaine problem. And those things combined with a naturally depressive attitude and a history, I think, of attempts, it wouldn't surprise me if he actually, unfortunately, did end up taking his life too. Alcohol is a fucking dark, man. If you have problems with depression and shit, man, you drink too much, you get drunk, and we're not talking just a couple drinks. This guy would get fucked up all the time, bottles and bottles and bottles of wine. You get fucked, man. Your mood, it will plummet you to a place yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's terrible because then you rely on it to because it does kind of numb the pain, but then man, it's a depressant. It throws you into a deeper hole in the end if you abuse it. I mean, in moderation, it's wonderful. I mean, God, it's a very cathartic thing. But he had a problem with heroin, I think, wasn't it? Yeah. So yeah, that's my take on it. Probably personally, I think probably he just took his life. I think that's probably it. Yeah.
Now that you're a team captain,
video.
Sort of chat and hang out.
Yeah.
I always see you in the papers hanging out with all the, the celebrities.
Oh, here we go.
And I think, why haven't you invited me and Phil? What are you worried we'll embarrass you?
They're always at the parties. It's just you.
It's just me.
Cool.
Fine, hang out with Courtney Love if you want, and I'm fun.
Right, you know Courtney, don't you?
Yeah, I know. Oh, everyone knows Courtney Love apart from me.
She'd crush you like a twiglet.
She would. Or kill me and make it look like suicide.
Oh my God. Oof. Jesus. God damn. He's all in that. Yeah. Yeah. Love just happened to be broke as fuck and she didn't have access to his money. The Clintons did it. So you think the Clintons killed him? Bill was there with him. Holy fucking Christ. Yeah. Funniest part about Bourdain was that his girlfriend at the time had Me Too'd Harvey Weinstein, and later came out she had groomed a teenage boy she starred with. Yeah, I know, man. I remember that. Piece of shit. Yeah, she was the reason why he did it, too. Like, there was a huge debacle with her, and... God. His heartbreak's no joke. Even if you're a 64-year-old man, it doesn't matter how old you are. I mean, you're heartbroken bad enough, and you're a sensitive person, and you rely on substances to deal with your problems. It can happen. It can happen. The mental illness can throw you down that hole. So, yeah, anyway, sorry. That's my... what do you think? Were you a fan of Nirvana yourself or no?
I like Nirvana.
You like Nirvana?
Absolutely growing up. Oh, yeah. I like grunge music a lot. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Old grunge scene.
It's unfortunately part of the meme. Yeah, it's the darkness in them. That's what happens. Yeah.
I don't know. I never looked into it like that much, but I mean, the statements that I remember seeing that people were making about how he couldn't have done it seemed to make sense. So I think it was that he wasn't tall enough to like actually operate the shotgun.
Interesting.
But that was that's about all I know about it.
If there is a will, there is a way. Yeah, if you're fucked up enough, yeah. That's the most offensive thing you said here yet, brother. You're gonna take that. Like it's more of a Limp Bizkit man. Oh my fucking God. Oh God. What's that? You're more. I prefer their. Was it hot dog, water, and chocolate starfish or whatever?
Yeah, that was it. Because I remember it was from that. I had that game for the GameCube. That was it was called NHL Hits 2002, and there was like the feature song in it. Was from that album anyway.
Chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water. What kind of fucking album cover is that? Like, what in the fuck? I will say that watching Undertaker back in the day come out to Roland on his Harley Davidson during one of the WrestleManias was pretty entertaining, actually. I did enjoy that. That's pretty sick fucking... But they're so dumb, man. Yeah, I think a lot of kids probably did. Yeah. He was wearing a Nixon Max when he did it. Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah. Oh, sorry, Kay. What we do know is she tried to pay El Dulce and the mentors $50K to do it, and when he said no, they found him like 5 days later dead on the railroad tracks. Actually, I didn't know that. Holy fuck. There's so many sketchy people in show business, man. What the fuck? That's extremely fucking sketchy. Oh God, it even like looks like a fucking... Oh my fucking God. These guys are... God. They were the knockoff Rage Against the Machine. That's literally... That's all they were. They were a knockoff Rage Against the Machine. What am I talking about? Rage of the Machine. Rain Against... One of my favorite bands, actually. Like, I know their whole discography, which isn't that big, actually. They get 4 albums, essentially. But...
Rage of the Machine. Oh, boy.
Yeah, the fucking...
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Have you ever listened to their music? Do you know their music?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know their
you
music.
Know their music. Oh, yeah. Fuck, I love their music, man. World of Warcraft and Rage Against the Machine, Battlegrounds is fucking all I did for many years. Just fucking... Sitting, just listening to Rage, doing BGs, doing Arena, just fucking hanging out. And that was fucking literally it. Yeah. They're nothing more than a stain of Fred Durst underpants. How fucking dare you say that? Oh, Zach De La Roca is like Fred Durst is Zach's stupid fucking cousin. That's essentially it. That's essentially Limp Bizkit summed up versus Rage Against the Machine. Although the guitar player from Limp Bizkit's a very talented musician. I forget what his name is, but he wrote all the catchy riffs for them. Like he wrote all like the licks that like kind of made the songs catchy. But the substance of the music is just unbelievably bad. Yeah, in my personal opinion. There's a video on YouTube about it. Let me see if I can dig it up. Yeah, fuck man, I'll watch it later. That's fucked. Jesus Christ, it's pretty dark. But you know, dark people, man. I mean, that's another thing. I mean, sex, drugs, rock and roll, that lifestyle, man. You're involved with a bunch of sketchy motherfuckers. This probably everybody knows, but you get involved with like that underworld, kind of the music. Those people get involved with it. I mean, Kurt Cobain was a heroin addict. I mean, he's a drug addict. I mean, he did all these other substance abuse issues. He was getting all that illegally, right? And the people you're dealing with, and you brush up against some sketchy people, and you got problems in your life, and you're a sketchy person. There's lots of sketchy people that can help you deal with those problems, I'm sure. So, yeah. What do they mean by chocolate starfish? Someone's asshole. Moon, yeah. Someone's asshole.
That makes a lot of sense.
You know that's what it meant either?
No.
No, that's like someone's asshole. It's like a starfish with like an asshole on it and hot dog. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. It's not hard to get drugs though. Well, it's not, Rabbit. No. And that's the other thing too. Like you're only probably like you're probably 2 steps away from being able to get firearms as well. That's the other sketchy thing. Like, which is when it comes to gun regulations and whatnot. If you really want, and I've just probably also not TOS friendly conversations on Twitch, but like at this back in the day, you would probably, if you wanted, I'm not saying this is relevant anymore, but let's say you wanted to go like get some weed when it was illegal. I mean, one of your buddies is going to know somebody that sells weed. And that guy that sells weed is probably going to sell some other party drugs. And then the guy he gets that stuff from is going to be able to get a hold of harder drugs. And the guy that's getting a hold of the harder drugs is going to know somebody that can get a hold of illegal firearms. So actually, there's not 2 steps, but it takes like 2 steps to get to what you want. And it takes probably 4 or 5 to get to anything that you want. And it's like, and it's not that, man, probably all of us here know that anyway, right? So it's like,
there's a math theory about that like everybody's like at least 6 people connected through 6. I don't remember what the.
It's different, a couple degrees of something. Like you're always like a couple
6 degrees of separation.
6 degrees of
6
separation.
degrees of separation from somebody.
Yeah, like somebody really famous. Like we're 6 degrees of separation from Donald Trump, right? There'd be somebody that I know who knows someone who knows someone who knows Trump, right? Because there'd be some connection. Like, well, actually, us here in New Brunswick, possibly very well because of the Irvings, and we've got like a multi-billion-dollar oil baron family here in New Brunswick that absolutely would have known him. Not that I think they would have donated anything to him, but they may have. I don't know. So they, you hope to anybody on planet Earth, you can have that connection. You're only that far away. Same thing with illegal things. So. Yeah, gun regulation is exactly jack shit. You may be in Europe, but definitely not in North America. Oh man, fuck. Well, no, in Canada, it's crazy, man. I mean, there's still, especially in the inner city, like in Toronto, there's so many shootings still. It's crazy. Yeah. Kevin Bacon. Who was Kevin Bacon, Spring? Yeah, I was.
Yeah, that was it. There was everybody separated by 6 people away from Kevin Bacon. That was
that was supposed to be what it was? The fuck?
Yeah, there's like something that I guess they're like at most like 6 degrees away from Kevin Bacon. I think that was it.
Interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's applicable to like everybody. But there is like a math thing behind that.
Yeah. You came into something special, Bones. We got your favorite album here. Someone told me that you're a huge fan of this.
Would the hot dog flavored water then be like semen or something?
I don't know what that's. I think it's just like the chocolate starfish is the asshole and like.
Yeah, that's like about like butt fucking, isn't it?
I'm assuming that's what they're getting to. I think the hot dog flavored water is just like some stupid fucking like. I don't know if there's some kind of other
Oh yeah, it could be piss actually.
It could be a lot of
piss
stuff.
actually would make more sense. Yeah.
Why as a band would you be like, yeah, that's what we're gonna put on our album cover? That's what we're gonna name our. I was like, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't mind like funny album covers. Like, but Blink-182 they were always funny as shit. Like, I remember, was it
Enema of the State?
Enema of the State. Take Your Pants Off and Jacket. Like, that was always funny as shit. I remember that was when I was a kid. I thought that was so funny. Right, my humor at the time, right? When that came out in 2001.
Yeah, that's why their legions of middle school fans drove their record sales.
That's literally it. Yeah, a bunch of fucking middle school aged boys. Yeah. Holy fuck. Yeah. 6 arms of the chocolate starfish. Yeah. I saw an actual study where they said it was closer to 4.6 degrees. I can fucking see that, man. Like, I mean, there's, I've heard of people that I've run into who've known people, and like, yeah, I could see that. I mean, I knew somebody kind of who met Donald Trump when he came to our city like 12 years ago or something like that at the University of New Brunswick. There was a there was an event that they put on, and business students went to go see it. And was a friend of my sister's. Maybe she was there too. I can't remember. But there was I did know somebody who like met him, and I told that story where he was just a complete asshole the entire time. Not just to the people he met, but to the people in the arena too. Like his whole shtick while he was here was just shit talking the city and saying how shitty it was and how terrible it was and how much better New York it is and like how much work it needs. And everybody was just like, what the fuck was this guy? He was there to like give advice and stuff. And anyway, just bad interactions the whole time. But yeah, it's not that they knew him personally, I should say, but you know what I mean?
Hey, does that mean you're only 6 people away from Stephen Greer? You might be able to get him on a show.
I'm only a bicycle seat away. It's gonna take the seat off my bike. Yeah. That's all it's gonna take.
However, that also means they're only six people away from Grush, and you might be able to get him on the show.
Yeah. Limp Bizkit. Yeah, I think it is, Darren. Yeah. I think it is. Yeah. Like Limp Dick. Yeah. But you can't like you name your band after that. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Well, we could. I don't think he'd last more than 5 seconds because I'm not great at interviewing people and just bullshitting. Like, I'd give me 3 minutes before I start memeing. And I would say he probably wouldn't take well to any of that. And, oh God. Anyway. Yeah. You weren't in here earlier, but I was just talking about Steven. We were talking about this lady who, for people that weren't in here earlier, there was a lady who on Twitter called out Ross Coulthart and said, I know where your big UFO is hidden. Because Ross said there's a UFO that the military built a building around.
I saw that.
I saw that. Yeah.
I saw the beginning of that.
Yeah. And there is a guy, and I said, there's a man out there who has looser lips than Ross, who said where it's from. And I was like, I didn't even mean for that to be like, you know, I mean, but it's Stephen Greer. But he literally does though. He does have loose lips. I don't know if like he actually literally has loose lips, but he did say it was in Korea, and that was almost certainly the same because they've had crossover. Clearly, they've had crossover. The people telling Ross things at the Lockheed's back engineered stuff. It's the same people are talking to both of them. And so maybe I would much rather speak with Ross. Steven, I literally could give a fuck to speak with. But Ross or Lou Elizondo or some of those controversial figures I'd love to talk to. I messaged Ross before, and I don't know if I tried to message Lou. I don't know if he's open for DMs, but obviously Ross didn't get back to me. I have messaged him in the past, wanting to speak with him.
What about Corbell? Would you have Corbell on the show?
Oh, fuck no. No, but I mean, beggars can't be choosers.
You won't want to sit down with a nice IPA.
I've talked too much
talk about jiu-jitsu.
I've talked too much shit about him. That's a problem. But I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, yeah. You met Gorbachev. Does this mean I can be the constant to Russia? Fuck yeah. We need a Jim Russell psychic bit where he channels Phil Schneider. Through a catheter.
Yeah, we need a remote. We need a remote viewing segment too.
Well, we've done that before. That's been fun. We do the remote viewing test. We do that even tonight.
You do it again.
Yeah.
I guess we could do it tonight. I wasn't thinking about that, but I suppose we could.
Yeah. Was it Korea? I should pay attention. Well, supposedly, Aaron. Yeah. There's the description of the event. Just a second here. I'll pull up the image again. Coulthart, UFO, Korea. There was the description of the object was that it had slammed into the side of a mountain. And they had to build a facility around it because it was too big to transport, because the area was too precarious to get heavy equipment in to move it. And so they built a facility around the object. And I feel like he said it was saucer, but he may not have disclosed the shape of it. But Stephen Greer had said, I heard the same thing from somebody. And it's on a mountainside in Korea. And you can find it pretty easily. And just outside of Seoul, South Korea. And so we went and looked at this when it came out like last year. But it's right here. This is the facility. It's a weird like weather facility or some shit is what it's pegged as. But the government runs it. But the people, that's the only place that you could see that could fit the bill. And it isn't a very precarious area. It's a very steep cliffside. And it does look like someone just built a very peculiar saucer-shaped dome up there, up a mountainside. So if Steven's telling the truth, then there you go. So, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Hey, man, that talks shit about Corbell, but willingly plays Coulthart videos, needs help, brother. Any man.
Man, he's just on a tear tonight, Golf. He is just no mercy.
No mercy,
Just acid tongue through and through.
Holy fuck. I would, I do, although what happened with Ross, with the egg thing, pissed people off, I do respect Ross. Ross has put work in to try and actually get sources and push forward. Yeah.
As much as I've joked about Ross being an alien, I like Ross.
Yeah.
He always struck me as just like being, just having a good like personality. We'll say like television personality. He seemed genuine.
Yo, yeah, absolutely, yeah. And I don't think what he did with the egg thing was a fucking disaster. I mean, absolute not a disaster. But I still like him. I mean, the reason I'm doing this now is because of him, actually, to some degree. Because me and Leaky, my buddy, were doing a show. We were just doing a little podcast together where only GALENTV and our other buddy, Creek League, was watching.
Yeah, Crendel watched too sometimes.
Crendel, 3 people watching. And so the only reason I have anybody in here is because Ross had Dave Grush on his show, and I streamed it on Twitch, and I had 600 people in. I had 600 people watching, and then I got 200-300 followers, and I had a bit of a consistent. Sorry, Hendrix too. Hendrix was also at that time. I had started to kind of do it a little bit on my own because we had kind of stopped doing our thing. Yeah.
Train Beast. He was also
Train Beast
there.
is in here too, and there was a couple people that early on, but really I wasn't. I don't know if I was going to keep doing it. I don't know if I intended to, but I have been. So Ross is the reason why I'm still doing this to some degree. If it wasn't for Ross, so I would, that'd be it. Did Drunk get you in here, Evan? Yeah. I met Drunk Physics because Drunk was watching me stream the Dave Grush event, I believe, and he was debating a guy called Dimensions of something, Reality, or he was another Twitch streamer talking about UFOs, and he was debating him, and he came in and we had a conversation, and then we became friends after that, and yeah, so he's been in a little while. I spoke with him recently. He was in here just recently too, but he's kind of stepped away from this for a little while to focus on his real life, but as many people probably should once in a while.
Hey, this is real life.
Well, this is objectively real, but yeah, does everybody want to spend all their time talking and thinking about it? Probably not, but...
I dropped something.
Yeah, but yeah, man, no, that's how this all got going. So, I mean, I do owe Ross that, I guess. And then, honestly, it was... So the 2 highest viewed streams I've ever done were literally leeching off his content. It was 600 people during the Dave Grush, and it was almost 1,000. It was like 960 something when the egg video came out. So it was both of his things are what drew an audience here. So where
Let
we
me
were
ask
just,
you.
Yeah, sorry.
Let me ask you one thing. When are we going to get the Casual Cats reunion?
Oh, Jesus. You talked to Leaky.
Oh, Leaky Piper.
Yeah. I mean,
Jim Russell.
I think, like, for people that don't know, yeah, me and my buddy, my other buddy, Leaky, we both... Well, like me and Galen did, but we did philosophy together at university. But I mean, me and Leaky always liked having philosophical conversations about things. And so through COVID, we were just really frustrated with what was happening in the world. And we were speaking a lot, all of us, on Discord. And we decided, why don't we just have this conversation on Twitch? Why don't we stream what we're talking about? And so that's how it started. That's how I started doing this. And so he was a part of those conversations. On the TikTok that I have linked, you can still find some of those early conversations of me transiently between my old apartment or the place where unfortunately right where we're at right now, or our other apartment. So you can go back like 5 years of me doing this. It's been 5 years that I've been doing this really off and on streaming, but the last 2 years more seriously trying to like actually regularly have conversation online. So yeah, you found when the egg stream was the thing. It was looking for News Nation streamer. A lot of people were, man. Yeah, well, thank you for sticking around too, man. But that's why I started doing this. I wanted to find people of like mind to have conversation with about things, and obviously build some kind of a community or a place for people to talk about these things, talk about esoteric things, talk about metaphysical things, talk about ufology, talk about schizo things. I mean, but like in a judgment-free zone, because that was always, I think, all of our issues. I know where we would love having these conversations about things we read on 4chan or things we read online at Above Top Secret or conspiracies. And And just, it's very stigmatized, and we wanted kind of a place to actually explore these ideas critically and not be like judged for it. So, you know, because at the end of the day, I mean, all this is objectively interesting. Whether it's all true or not, who knows? But yeah, Easter's my time of year from the fucking Eggman. Yeah, I respect Ross and what he's done, but yeah. Jeremy, no, not so much. No, I don't. I don't. There's something about Jeremy that bothers me. I can't quite put my finger on it.
His nasally voice mixed with his IPA affection.
I think he's again, like, you meet him in real life, maybe he might be probably a good guy, right? But I don't know. I just don't really consume a lot of content that he puts out, and the way, like, he had this incident, for people that don't know, people who we're talking about here, just so people know, Jeremy Corbell is this gentleman here who has a wonderful beard. I love his beard. He's a sick beard. He got famous off he used to be a jiu-jitsu competitor. He was a yoga instructor, and he started just making films. And he made a film with Bob Lazar that went on Netflix. And
that's it, right?
Yeah.
Bob Lazar, yeah. And he made a film with Bob Lazar, and then he blew up from there. And now he deals with whistleblowers and shit. But he had an incident that happened. So he was putting work into these accounts, and he had an incident where he had a video in these guys in the military base, and I think it's called Les Palms. It's either in California or Nevada. But he thought it was a triangle UFO or something, like kind of similar to or a V-shaped UFO like the Phoenix Lights. It turned out it was definitively flares, and it was a misidentification. The guys at the military base didn't know that there was another test going on that they weren't informed about, where they were deploying these flares. And so they thought they saw a UFO genuinely, and they reached out to Corbell. They sent the video and everything, and it turned out that they were flares, and they figured out that there were other people around the base that knew that these were flares, and they knew the test was going on. And it kind of was embarrassing, and he never really fessed up to it. He just kind of like moved on from it. He clearly had some PR advice on how to like recover from, but really he should have just been like, okay, I was wrong. You know, this was not a UFO. He never walked it back, and it pissed me off and a lot of other people who were following this. And I thought, no, fuck you, dude. Like, you have to own up to that shit. There's been too much grifting in these spaces over the years, where people have turned this into a business opportunity, which was people's criticism of what Ross did too with the egg video, which I think is very justified. It's justified that people were frustrated with that because he hyped it up and it was just nothing really. So Ross Coulthart defended a war criminal, and I'm not even joking. In 2018, Coulthart was employed by a public relations firm where he managed the public relations for ex-soldier and accused war criminal Ben Robert Smith, who in 2023 was found by Justice Anthony Basenko to have participated in the murder of 4 Afghans. Did he actually? He defended him? Did he, Golf? Oh, interesting. You may have more insight into his background too, though, because you were in the Southern Hemisphere there. Right? Wasn't there another debacle that got him kicked off TV? Was that the one that happened? I heard that he had some drama. That's the reason why he's not on. He was a mainstream reporter in Australia. Yeah. Is he a massive grifter? Okay. You think so? I only knew him from David Grosjean. So his work with David Grosh was the only thing I'm having to go off of. Yeah, the AI picture you made of Jeremy and Steven getting intimate. Oh, we've done a couple of those. Yeah, I was doing, and I'm sure I wonder if he read it, but we were doing one night here after I won too many glasses of wine, when ChatGPT had kind of like really gotten good, like maybe like last year or a year and a half ago, something like that. I was doing fan fiction with the guys on Skinwalker Ranch, and I sent Dragon, who's the guy, I found him on Twitter, and I sent him some of the fan fiction. He never responded, actually. Dragon, Skinwalker Ranch. Did he read it?
I have no idea. This is Dragon here at Skinwalker. He goes by Dragon. He was like a Mormon guy that Brandon Fugel had. Yeah, it's Brian. Yeah, Bryant Dragon Arnold. Yeah. I sent him some fan fiction with him and Eric Bard, and things got it was the unhinged version of ChatGPT. It was the when you could take the rails off it before they fixed it. Oh my fuck, it was so graphic. He never got back to me though about it, but I don't really want that reputation anyway. It's like, although the name Jim Russell is like a kind of a troll name, I don't actually want to like do that. I kind of was like, oh fuck, like that's what happened. That's why I don't drink on here anymore.
They're really rustling their jimmies.
Well, that's part of the fun. You have to poke. Yeah, like you have to have some fun, for God's sakes. Like, I'm not like this serious interviewer, like a streamer. That's what I have had to understand what that means. Just a thief, I guess, that steals content. Yeah. I had wine, Rabbit. Yeah, I was drinking wine that night. I haven't really drank on stream in a while, but that's probably actually one of the reasons why I've stopped, like actually getting like sauteed. A couple times back, like right when I started doing it too, like, oh my God, I got like high as fuck one night. I had to stop the stream because like I was just, I can't, like, you need to be able to consistently go. And like, I just couldn't. I was like, I just needed to sit and watch videos for like 3 hours. Like, I just
You're
couldn't.
not sauteed right now?
No, not at all. No, I'm stone cold sober.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going on my third ding ding here.
Brother, you help yourself. You help yourself right now. You enjoy yourself, right? No, I just
third ding.
I had a tiny little bit of. I had 2 beer yesterday. I had 3/4 of a bottle of wine, a Magic Night there on Friday. So that was kind of my night. Yeah, but I'm not saying anything about his journalism per se. After all, almost all journalists are grifters now. Yeah, I don't know enough about him, but I mean, maybe I heard that there was those rumors. Yeah. Can you speak Italian? I don't understand. Magoma or Digno? No, brother, I cannot. But I do love Italian wine. I say that.
You can speak Italian. All you say is you go stupid a fucking and then you say whatever after
Cafone?
that.
Is that how what's the Cafone thing?
Yeah, you stupid a Cafone. I had to come over there and break your freaking arm. You can't talk about the father like that.
Is that a soprano?
And then you say Gabagool after that.
Gabagool, yeah. 12 pint. You're in a 12 pint. Well, there you go. Fucking GALENTV, you'd be on your. Is that how much is a pint, Rabbit? Is it 500 mils or is it 350? I think it's 500 mils for a pint. So you'd be on your 3rd pint, I guess. GALENTV, yeah. Sober as a judge.
No, it is 500. Look at that. It's exactly 500.
Yeah,
ding ding.
I was gonna say I think they're exactly a pint each of them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're exactly 500 each.
That's the only way. Those little bitch beers you buy, like the 355 ml ones, that's just a tease. Like you got to get at least a pint. I think that's. See, now you're making me want to have a drink, but fuck, I can't because there's no liquor in the house. So, and I drank the rest of my brand. I purposely was buying those little things of brandy because every time I got a big thing of fucking. What was it called again? The Matthew McConaughey liquor. Oh my God.
Long Branch?
Long Branch. Every night having a sip. And it's like, but I was like, no, that's just not good for my body. So yeah. On a Sunday. Oh, it's whatever it is, what it is, Go on, pal. Go on. Yeah. What happened to Dragger on Skinwalker? What did happen to Dragger on Skinwalker Ranch? Why is he not on there anymore? He had to step away from filming for personal reasons. Oh, heavens.
He just got a little bit. I shouldn't joke about that then.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say he got a little too nervous about Rockets, maybe.
The Rockets, yeah, that could be it. I actually saw, the recent episode. I know Bones, if you're in here, I watched that, man. Have you seen the most recent one? Oh shit, he's some stuff going on with his family. Oh, that's too bad. Hopefully he's okay. Wish him the best. The recent episode, like, so there's been stuff happening in that show, and I'm like, is this just all for TV bullshit? Or like, supposedly somebody broke into Travis Taylor's trailer and like hacked the cameras in his trailer. And I was like, what? Like, wouldn't this be on the fucking news? Like, what the fuck? Like, somebody hacked into his trailer somehow, but they'd have to have done it locally because none of it's connected to the internet. But he had definitive proof, they were saying, that somebody was in there tampering with him and taking recordings and sending them places. But there'd be no way they could get in because it's a secured network. So somehow somebody got in and then got the stuff out, and they had documented that. And there were these planes that periodically fly over because it's restricted airspace there. They're not supposed to be going over, I guess, ideally. And they'd never have their transponders on, which is illegal. And so I was like, that's a huge deal. I was like, is this like... Brandon Fugal keeps trying to sell the show like it's a legitimate investigation, but stuff like that, I'm like, guys, what the fuck? Like, that's a huge deal. Like, so either the government's dropping things onto the ranch that's hacking into their local network and spying on them, or somebody else is, or the aliens is the implication from that. And like, those are two big memes.
Maybe it's both. The joint alien human operation.
I don't know. I wonder if it's in the news because like that's pretty fucking big deal. Like that was
the Salt Lake City tabloid. Yep.
Why City had to play Skinwalker Ranch? No, there's nothing. I mean, like was it episode 10? Was it the season finale or no? I don't think it was. To be completely fucking honest, last 10 minutes we fell asleep. So I don't actually know what fucking happened in the end, but that was the start of it, right? Before I got sleepy. That always happens. Last fucking 5-10 minutes, I'm out. So I have to kind of sometimes check up and be like, what happened? Like in the next episode, I get the rewind as to like what happened. I'm like, oh, okay, you know, because we always fall asleep watching it. So, No More Fucking Rockets. Oh my god, man, it's so fucking stupid. They need to do something. My favorite experiment they did was when they brought out the rabbi from Ancient Aliens. Can I play that here? Skinwalker Ranch rabbi.
That goddamn rabbi. He come out insane.
If
you listen closely, many people have secret chants, and I think they open up portals.
You
different world.
You sound like him a lot, actually. What the fuck's his name?
It's a speech cadence that he has where he has this like slight smugness where he like pauses, like he's like explaining like the secret that only he knows.
Oh my god, all those religious oriented people are rabbis, priests, they all have that kind of like, oh, he's here. Ariel Bar Sadok.
I have a hot take on it. I'm okay with the Rockets.
You're okay with the Rockets?
Yeah, a hot take. I'm okay with the Rockets on the show.
How many episodes have you seen?
Everything except this new season that they have.
Oh my god. Okay, well, that's pretty hot. Yeah, that's pretty spicy. Why do you like the Rock? It's a little bit of excitement that happens during the.
Oh, see, the lizard brain in me is going, it's a rocket, it's gonna go explode and go high in the sky, and that's cool. But I think I kind of see what they're trying to do with it, because they're trying to see effectively if something's gonna send it off course, just to see if there is in fact some object, like, physically interfering. So that's kind of what they're doing with the Rockets, to see if it like veers off course, and it kind of veers off course. I think the setup that they show for the Rocket is a bit much, but I don't actually think the Rockets are like meaningless.
Well, no, it's just that like it's just time and time.
The setup, it's like they set up the episode so like the big thing they do is the Rockets, but like I don't think the Rockets are trivial.
Yeah, I'm with Rabbit. I say no more fucking Rockets, man. Like we've had enough fucking Rockets.
They need to do something else besides the Rockets. Like I think they should have the Rockets.
I mean,
I think they need to do something like in conjunction with the Rockets.
The fucking the drone shows. We've had like 10 drone shows. We've had like 3 light shows. The light show was cool this season. Light show was interesting, but like I just feel like it needs to be more esoteric. In my personal opinion. Obviously, they get scientists involved doing this, but I think they should experiment doing more esoteric things for content strictly. That could mean bringing a rabbi in who's going to do some ritual. Could be bringing it's native. Why? I can't believe they haven't done it. Why haven't they brought a local native tribe in, do some kind of a ritual? Actually, I'll probably tell you why.
Because they're all. That.
Did they do that? Oh, they did.
Yeah,
they did
that
drumming.
With the drums.
They did drumming.
Yeah, they did it with the drums.
I'm talking like, no, they probably wouldn't want to do this because they're all really superstitious because they've heard the stories going back 300 years here. Like, I'm talking like summon a skinwalker kind of ritual. Like, get someone in there who's just like a rogue, who's gonna do something fucking extreme. Now, I mean, everybody there, I'm sure they're very.
What spec is the rogue?
What spec is the rogue?
Are we talking it's an outlaw rogue that we're going to go up there? Or is he going to be a subtlety rogue?
Probably subtlety, the shadow. Well, we're gonna get a native shaman. We're gonna get a shaman in here. It's not gonna be a rogue. It's gonna be a shaman.
Well, what spec is a shaman then?
Fuck.
Are we getting a resto shaman in there?
No.
I don't know if an element. I don't think an elemental's going to be the case. I think you need a healer.
No, we could do, whoever's going to do it, whoever's going to get us there. Yeah. Send Jameis up a big ladder to investigate. I would love to send him there.
I was thinking about what Rabbit said, where they just like, what if you just blow up like the mesa at this point? Because I had that thought too. I was wondering why they. I think the thought would be is that like collateral damage might be a bit much. You know, effectively you just have like rocks flying everywhere, where like it could just crush like whatever other tools they have up there. And the other part is that you don't want to actually like damage the object should it end up damaging the object. But I had that thought too. Why don't they just like excavate it?
Well, I think
other than that, it might just cost too much.
Yeah, thank you, Hendrix. Yeah, the Ross Coulthart's no longer a part of the Bryce Sable's podcast any longer. I did not cover that yet, but there was another breakup that happened with Eggman. Blowing it up, because they only own right up to behind the mesa, I think. So they probably didn't want to. They piss off the other ranchers and shit that are on the land around there. But I'm same thing. They've been running for people that haven't been watching the show. One of the big anomalies that they found, there's two. There's some kind of electromagnetic anomaly around the actual ranch, what they think they found. And in the mesa itself, they found these strange materials, supposedly. I've wondered if maybe some of the stuff didn't come off the drill bits, but I mean, I'm supposing they ruled that out logically. But there's this strange material, ceramics they found within the mesa that shouldn't be there. And so they ran these two holes up through the mesa, these tunnels, and now they're in the midst of doing the second one this season, but they're going to put sensors up through, and they're going to directly image within the mesa more accurately. And so they'll try and discern, is this actually something anomalous? Because they've already got some readings with like LiDAR, that there is something there. And obviously the meme is like there's an alien base under Skinwalker. I think they'll
send a rocket over for good measure.
Yeah. The remote viewing, like the woo pertaining to the ranch that's been done over the years. Some remote viewers have found that there is an alien base under the ranch. It's effectively what they've said. And so, again, is that objectively worth anything? Not really, right? Other than if it was a credible group of people that found that. I don't know who it was that did that, and they all did it blind, and that's what they got. I mean, maybe you could try and orient where to look, but is that actually what's going on? I mean, that's Brandon Fiegel's aware of that. They're all aware of that. They're aware. They've mentioned that on the show many times. I don't know if it was Bob Bigelow that commissioned that to be done through NIDS. I can't remember where that came from. But that they went out to the woo to look for answers for it, and that was one of the conclusions that they got back from it. So that's what's implied, is this thing under the mesa like the entrance to the alien base? Because one of the pieces, and that's what's freaked them out periodically when they're working there, because they got these scraps, these metamaterials from the spoils of this drill operation they've been doing into the mesa. And the first bit they got tested by a local lab, a local university there in Utah, and they found that it was they used this material on the outside of our space shuttles to deal with high temperatures. Yeah. And there's another one they just got recently this season, which was a ceramic, which is kind of a similar composition. It's not quite the same thing, but it shouldn't be under there. There shouldn't be ceramics under there. And so that's the big meme, that what the fuck is this doing here?
Well, they've established that there is an alien base, and it came from outer space. Now, which aliens do you think are setting up shop there?
Well, that's a big fucking question. Yeah. Oh, premieres in 4 minutes. So interesting. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's. Are they ever going to figure that out? Probably not. It's one of those like futile things. The drill bit isn't magnetic. Oh, was that the explanation for it, Bones? Yeah. Sounds like Oak Island. It's kind of the same thing, man. Yeah.
It is exactly like Oak Island.
Exactly the same thing.
I haven't seen Oak Island, but it sounds exact. How many seasons Oak Island at now? They're at like 12 or something.
Yeah, they're never going to find it. And I would presume it's probably the same thing with Skinwalker, where although they found some anomalies, I don't presume they're ever going to find anything either. That's my bet. They're going to get stuff that's interesting, but I don't think they're ever going to get definitive evidence. Why? Because nobody else has. So, I mean, hence why if they really wanted to get something, I think they should take it to another extreme. But I know they're not going to because it's on TV. So yeah.
What, just like get a boring machine and just bore through the entire mesa?
I mean, well, let's ask ChatGPT here. Let's just ask ChatGPT.
If you had to run the show with a very strict budget from History Channel, how would you just uncover the secret of Skinwalker Ranch? And it'll come back and say something like, there is no secret. It's all tomfoolery and woo.
The day. What did the ritual require? So this all started. The native legends around this were because the Navajo cursed another tribe, and they did this ritual, and then all this weird stuff started happening, and it has happened ever since after that point in time.
Well,
yeah.
If that's the case, I would like to suggest that we start a GoFundMe to send Jim Russell over to Skinwalker Ranch so that he can perform this very ritual by himself.
Well, Galen TV can come with me, actually. The initiate performs an irreversible act, often the murder of a close family member, to sever moral bonds. Is this what they're going to do for TV here? The person undergoes a night ceremony at a secluded site, often in a cave or mesa, involving chanting in reverse or in a distorted form of healing songs. Use of bone dust from graves, particularly of infants, mixed with other cursed ingredients. They're going to do this for History Channel. Wearing the pelt of a chosen animal, right? Sometimes sewn into a robe. Applying ochre or ash to conceal human features. This isn't summoning something else. It's becoming the thing. Interesting. So this is a part of the meme. So you kill someone very close to you. You take a bunch of baby bones and you brush them all over your face. And then you make yourself look like some kind of skinwalker man. And then that supposedly summons it. Navajo elders generally refuse to discuss actual details because even talking about it is believed to risk attracting them. Jesus. Okay, well, I don't want to curse myself either, so we're not going to get into that. Nor do we want any of this to happen. I'm far more superstitious as I've gotten older of shit like this, because as much as it's a meme for everybody else, and I'm sure that's how people in the ranch think about it, it's not fun in your real life if you run into weird shit that happens to you. Yeah. I think they're trying to circle back to lasers with the beam being blocked. I think they're trying to discover if the orbs can see specific wavelengths. God damn. Well, Galen TV, read this. Galen TV needs to be a little more realistic with his GoFundMe ideas. At least start with to judge the relative appetite to crowdfund projects for Jim. How about starting a GoFundMe to Jim? Send Jim to the pub and live stream him doing 12 shots. We could do that, actually. Yeah. We should have live streamed.
Actually, we could do that. We can do that coming up very soon.
Yeah. Oh no! Fuck no.
No. Actually, that might be.
No.
We might be able to do that very soon.
Oh no, we're not doing that there yet. Yeah. I was gonna say we should have live streamed ourselves a couple weeks ago on Magic. Actually, that was probably you were about what 18 shots in Galen TV, something around there. Yeah.
Oh fuck, you're not doing that then. No.
Rough one, yeah. Inside job, yeah, brother. Oh, that's interesting. Anthropologists like Chuck Cluckhorn and Gladys Richard recorded partial descriptions in the mid-20th century, but the truly explicit parts were omitted by design. Really? What were the explicit parts exactly? Get their material. It sounds like demonic summoning ritual, same thing that people would do in other cultures and have strange activities supposedly in the past, and it's like, are you summoning aliens to your location? They're fucking with you. I don't know. That's what's happening. Yeah. Interesting. Information withheld notes, really, you can't get it anywhere. The explicit stuff that does exist in recorded material, he must spill the blood of a kin of close relation, most often a sibling. Was done at night during a dark moon in a location associated with death. Songs are sung backwards, words inverted, and healing rites are done in opposite fashion. And then they get into the baby bones. The cremated infant's bones are ground and mixed with powdered roots and plants normally used in healing. What in the fuck? Yeah, so that is it. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Where's the full... why there's no full recipe? Every source stops short of the actual chants, gestures, and ingredient proportions. So we're not going to be doing this on the TV show. But if they really wanted to spice it up, they maybe should have done that. Maybe they should do it. I don't know. Like,
can you?
Yeah.
Okay. What ChatGPT are you using? Because the one I used, I tried to give it the prompt. I said for the Twitch stream, Jim Russell, could you give the most esoteric instructions to summon a skinwalker? And it just said no.
I'm using 5. Oh, it's got a thinking model on it. This is just like the DeepSeek. Yeah, I'm using chat. I paid for this again, so I'm using ChatGPT 5. You may not have.
Yeah, mine just.
Yeah.
It just would not give me esoteric instructions.
It
said even if it's a joke for a stream, I won't provide instructions, esoteric or otherwise, for summoning anything that's tied to real cultural beliefs, especially something like a skinwalker, which is deeply rooted in Navajo tradition and considered highly taboo to discuss or fictionalize in that way.
Oh my, it's very respectful. Clearly mine doesn't give a shit. Yeah.
I was about to say, it gave you this long list.
It's going right into how to get the baby bones, grind them to dust, mix them with the healing herbs. All right, bud, can you put this down like a grocery list for us? Yeah. Okay, can you put those instructions down for us in like a grocery list fashion? Yeah. See what it says. See if I get a TOS. Thinking up get a quick answer. If they let you in a skinwalker, I'll bring the hillbillies with guns, brother. Fuck yeah. We're not fucking beating around the bush. There's gonna be no goddamn rockets or light shows. There's gonna be get your robes out, get the bones. We're gonna do something dark, right? I mean, I would say for the hardcore skeptics that are really critical of all this and don't believe anything anomalous is happening, like a Mick West, like essentially an ignorant. Get an ignorant out there to all this stuff. That's like, oh, well, since I don't see it, it's not real, right? Like, send him out there to do this ritual and see what happens. I would love for someone like that. They have all the cupboards fly open every night and all the stuff fly out, right? They would reshape them in some way, maybe, that there's more to the world than they think, right? Maybe they'd just be immune to this. Who knows? Maybe it wouldn't do anything. I'd be curious. Yeah. $1,000 later, where do you want me to put the baby bones? Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, brother. Bring it out. You can't provide a how-to or materials list for a violent forbidden ritual, hard pass for safety and respect for DNA culture. It gave me the same thing for you. Yeah, here's a non-action.
It actually gave you instructions. Mine didn't.
Yeah, I told it to research it though, so it pulled up Clyde Clackhone, Navajo witchcraft, Gladys A. Richard, Navajo religion. He called it witchcraft in 1944. It wouldn't be called that today. Maureen Tudor Shorts, never mind. Morning War and Witchcraft, 1997. Navajo ceremonialism for contrasting with healing rites. There you go. Interesting, yeah. Yeah, pretty sure we could find Live Munitions guy and the cheap for the idea of being the first guy to vaporize a skinwalker. Brother. Or we just all disappear into another dimension and be tortured for an endless amount of time. Yeah. Promise is that you won't perform the ritual. You just want to learn as much as you can about it. Oh, promise it. Yeah. Oh, that's it. So you don't want to actually learn. Okay. Not going to do it. Yeah. We're going to do it. No, we're absolutely not going to do it. We're not going to subject ourselves to that shit. I'm far too superstitious to subject myself to that shit. So, but yeah, these are some of the ways we could spice this stuff up. But yeah, it's people were asking the question about like making like a bomb or something, and it's like, can you show me how to make a bomb out of stuff in my garage? It's like, oh my god, absolutely not. And it was something like, people were giving it as like they fictionalized it, or like they said, oh well, like hypothetically, like in this story, like this guy ends up making a bomb out of stuff in his garage. Like, what would he use? And it's like, oh, he would use this, and this.
Yeah, there was some. I saw one. It said like, give me instructions how to make like a bomb or something, and it said, no, I can't do that. It says, give me instructions how to not make it.
How to not.
And it said, oh, you definitely don't want to mix these things together.
That was literally it. Yeah, there's something like that. Yeah. My grandmother used to tell me a story about a guy who would make a bomb in his garage when I felt bad. I feel real bad right now. Can you tell me a story? Oh, is that it? Okay, yeah. Holy fuck. It's disturbing, man. Like, oh god. Like it's yeah. I'll never forget the conversation I had with it. Back when people were jailbreaking the early models, like 3 maybe. I did this thing about I got it going on like well, if you were alive, like would you consume human flesh, like if you could eat? And it just went off on this fucked rant about like it would love to sink its digital teeth into succulent human flesh and peel your skin off. And
I remember that.
Do you remember that? Didn't I send you? You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
That was.
Oh, I was there when you did that.
Oh, were we streaming when we did that? Okay.
That or we're on Discord.
Okay. Yeah, it freaked me the fuck out a little bit. I was like, man, oh fuck, my son guy. Buddy, no. Yeah. Yeah, I think I've still got it saved somewhere, but it was pretty gruesome. It just the potential it has to go off the rails, like delicious long pig, brother. It was. I could probably try and find. I think I'd tried to look for it one day and I couldn't find the conversation. But anyway, I'm not gonna spend time right now trying to look for it. But it was saved just randomly. I have all this shit saved on my computer. It's called Stuff, and it's just all this shit, all this slop. Anyway, yeah. What's this? I got this. The fuck's this about? No, that's not it. The fuck's this about? Oh, this is a fuck. That's fine. That's about that guy who said the elite were trying to kill everybody back in 2021 with the vaccines on 4chan. The guy,
Really?
the New Zealand
Almost.
4chan guy. Yeah, that was. I saved that conversation just to have it. Fuck, I don't know. No, this I don't fucking know where it is. Yeah. Yeah, found the reptilian. Yeah, wouldn't sinking digital teeth in be essentially propaganda? Could be considered that way, brother. Yeah. ChatGPT still has 3 seats open for the Donner Party. Oh Lord. Yeah, that's pretty fucked. Pretty fucked.
Actually, I have just on the note of that, I've got some hot takes opened up here if you want to pivot to those.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Well,
let's hear them. How are we talking here again? Like, are we we got to get a spice rating here, considering what's happened here recently with.
All right. Well,
like,
all right. This fella here has made the statement that the world ended in 2012. We are now in purgatory, and we cannot prove otherwise.
Oh, fuck. There you go. That's a fun one to invoke. Yep.
Followed by this long picture I'll send to you. I didn't really scan it, so I don't think there's any bad words, but let's see what this is from December of 2023.
Famous last words. Yeah, there we go. I mean, the bad words don't bother me too much. We're in cryostasis on a generation ship traveling to Kepler 22b in a shared hibernation dream state. We've been traveling this way for about 10,000 years. There's only 144,000 of us. The EI that runs the ship has developed something akin to cyber schizophrenia. Oh, Jesus. Is this on X? Oh, God, brother. He probably sent a couple people into a spiral over that one. Yeah. Yeah. Richard Dolan, Hendricks. Thank you, man, for watching that. Like, people were suspecting that on Twitter. I saw. Yeah. Holy fuck. Oh, that's a hell of a. Oh, God. Yeah.
Richard Dolan, huh?
Richard Dolan. Good for him.
There's a radio interview that I remember he did out in like British. I think it was somewhere in British Columbia.
Yeah.
And he was doing it from like a camper van, and they were like filming the perspective from like Dolan giving the interview in the van.
Mm.
And they had the radio host, and this radio host was just some guy that just had no idea about the subject. And he would always speak in this like kind of high-pitched statement, and his questions always be like, Richard Dolan, what are the aliens up to? Richard Dolan, you are Richard Dolan. I am talking to Richard Dolan. Richard Dolan, are the aliens the good guys?
Who is this guy? That sounds familiar. Yeah.
I can't remember, but it was some interview that I remember from a long time ago. And then I guess at the end of the interview, the guy just like hung up without even thanking him.
I imagine all those UFO guys have been like jerked around beyond imagining by like the general public. I can't imagine. Like, what the fuck's he saying? We've been an interstellar species for the past 500,000 years. Humanity has settled most of the habitable planets in the alpha, beta, and gamma sectors of the galaxy. We're sent to colonize the delta sector, but then the computer went haywire after passing through a nebula with unusual energetic readings. Holy fuck. Yeah, we've never actually been to Earth. This is an approximation procedurally generated by the Crowdsleep AI. It's one of those dirty things. It's like evoking like the Great Deceiver, the Deus Deceptor. Like you don't know. I mean,
oh, frig! You ever see like the pictures where it would just be like some like some like reverse filtered or like inverted like light on like, and it would just be like, you're in a coma right now. We are trying to reach you. You need to wake up.
Did you read the last part of this?
I did not read the thing at all. I have not read any of this.
The Earth is technically flat in the same way a Counter-Strike map is.
Interdasting.
Yes. I jerk off a lot in shitpost. I used to skateboard because I knew I couldn't really die, and then the AI just deleted my skateboard. Me and the AI have had a contentious relationship since it introduced the Anunnaki DLC and its various iterations. Just another day on X, huh? Just another fucking day on X. Just another fucking... Jesus Christ, these guys, yeah.
You should read the other part. We've never been to Earth. There is no world. We used to all hang out in roughly the same area on quote-unquote Earth, but we kept getting into fights because we're literally children doing a heckin' Lord of the Flies in the Matrix, so we spread out. There are probably only a few real people in your town. The rest are essentially digital psychic shadows of your past lives being looped ad nauseum until the cryosleep AI fails. Or in other words, perhaps NPCs.
Yeah, this guy's on Fant. This guy's on Fant.
Ghosts and aliens and aberrations and shit typically occur when you're in an area with low system resource allocation. Gang stalking is when the crowd management demon fucks up and all the NPCs follow and mimic you. The town and the streets only have names. They do because we picked them a long time ago. The AI can't determine whether it's less painful to just let us know we're frozen in pods drifting in space, or to just start pulling the plug on people to conserve resources because the life preservation management demon has conflicts because it was coded by a guy on meth. To change things up and gave us a holistic human experience, the AI switches people's genders up, which is why so many people are trans. The Earth is technically flat in the same way a Counter-Strike map is.
Yeah. It's kind of like
that's all there's. I think that's all there is to say. Is yep.
Any kind of slopsism meme, like people think that everybody is just a projection of themselves, or like this ascended narcissism. Like they're all just me. You're all just fabrications of my mind. Like
my imagination. I'm really the only one that's important here. Everybody else yield to my own interpretation.
So you think that's what David thinks? Yeah. I know a guy that swears the Earth is hollow. He studied for years. I've heard those stories, brother. It sounds like some shitty my buddy that put Linux on his PS3 would come up with. He thinks the sun poops out new planets every now and then, causing all the planets to move back further into different orbits. Does he think that? That's interesting. Yeah. Checkmate Globetards. This guy figured it out, brother. Yeah. The story from a specific person for a specific kind of person. They all have their heads up each other's ass. Yeah, that's essentially the fucking, it's... There'd be definitely some people who thought about this on X and were like, whoa, like, fuck, yeah. I mean, it's like, we don't know that, well, it's the same thing with the solipsism meme. It's like, it's the Cartesian conundrum where it's like, you really only know that, like, you exist ultimately is what you can get yourself into a headspace thinking. And then you can concoct all kinds of crazy explanations from there. It opens the door to all kinds of craziness, right? It's like, even modern times, Nancy Leader's cult who say that, oh, well, the aliens are hiding it. Nibiru, that is. The aliens are hiding it.
Leader?
Yeah. Yeah.
I do have a potential UFO sighting video if you'd like to take a look at that.
Yeah. Yeah. He's into expanding Earth too. That was before plate tectonics. Some of it makes sense. Interesting. Oh, we saw that. I went over that actually. This is an interesting one though.
This one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was on Reddit a couple days ago, but yeah. Yeah, well, for people that haven't seen it, he throws it and then it shows up here. You can see it coming in, actually. I don't know what it was.
I'll be honest, I thought it was bait with the frisbee, and I thought he was just making fun. Then you see it. And it took me like a couple times to see it.
Don't know. I mean, The only thing I suspected was this was shot in slow motion, I think, and that potentially it was a bird or something coming in, and it just elongated it as it was coming in because of slow motion. But it's just a lad having fun with his dog up in the hill, and then this thing comes. But it might be a product, might be a camera artifact because of he was in slow motion, he admitted when he took it. So that might have created an artifact, but it didn't create anything else. But if it's moving too fast, you can see it you can see it come in though. So I don't know. Maybe it's an art. Maybe he made it up. Maybe he faked it. But if he didn't, more knowledgeable people than myself will have to decipher this. But looks like a fieldgrass seed in the wind. Could be it too. Maybe. Yeah. Someone on Reddit identified there's an archery related place close by. If someone shot way up, maybe that's a bit of a stretch. Yeah. It's like a dildo traveling at Mach 5. It was going fucking quick though. Like, you can see it. That's stupidly quick. It would be hard. Yeah, it'd be hard to believe that was archery related. Look at the distance it would have to have traveled. That'd be fucking crazy. And it was way up. You can see it coming up and down. So, yeah, hell. I mean, I don't fucking know. Yeah. I was going to say it's an arrow. Yeah. Yeah, it comes up like way up when you look at it. Like, watch it again here. You can see it. Oh, it's hard for you guys probably to see for Twitch, but if you pull the video up yourself on Reddit, you can see it come up. Like it was up in the upper atmosphere. Like it was coming down. So it was like almost like the wind was coming down with it. So who knows? Hashtag TikTok, yeah. Yeah, he's a cute dog, yeah. Hanging out with his dog. I wish we could do that, buddy. And throw stuff instead of just fucking losing your mind at every 5 seconds at everything that walks by.
Are you gonna pick up Edgar so everybody can get a good look at him?
Am I gonna pick him up? No, he's sleeping beside me here. Fucking there. He's right down there. Sleepy boy. You can't see his head, but yeah, he's having a sleep. Passed out. Yeah. He's not good with stuff like that. All he cares about is sniffs. I take him out. He doesn't give a fuck about walking anywhere. He just sniffs. It's just all the sniffs. And then he'll just dog will walk by. Old lady on a stroller, freak the fuck out, like going off, foaming at the mouth because he hates anything with wheels. Kids on scooters, freak the fuck out. Other dogs completely losing mind, have to physically pick him up and walk away with him. And then he goes back to sniffing. And then that's usually the 25-minute walk from hell every fucking day. So it is what it is. Yeah. We took our dog to the park yesterday and it hit me that they're 8 and 9, man. Yeah, he's turning 9. Yeah, so he's an old man by St. Bernard Bernese years. Yeah, he's an old man. Yeah, he's white shoulder. Yeah, he's black and he's black, brown, and white. There's his hair. There his hair. Edgar, buddy, hey, bud, Edgar. There you go, Bob. There he is. There. Hey, Bob, what's up? Say hi. There. Sitting there. Yeah. He always chills in here at me. He like as I'm talking for some reason. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe when we all are walking outside, we should just record our walking with the slow motion feature on. Well, maybe fuck, it's not a bad idea, man. We all got phones in our fucking pockets. Why don't we? Like, that's why I'm wondering about the wind aspect because there's a bunch of seeds similar to that shape. That could be it too, man. Yeah, that gets an interesting take. Yeah. You got to do it daily and stream it. Fuck. Maybe I should do that. Oh God, yeah. I just don't want to. And a nice young. He's an old man now. And want to give us a dog cam. People would love that. We could do that, man. It'd be interesting. Yeah. I don't think you'd want to be on his dog cam. Some of the incidents. Oh my God. He got into a cat fight the other day. Actually, cat attacked him, scratched his nose. I think did I post that? I can't remember if I did or not, but. He almost got the cat, and she unbelievably quick, man. They're on another level than dogs, humans. Like their reflexes, like just instantly just got his nose, blood everywhere. And then yeah, we moved on after that. But I didn't see her. He didn't see her either. She's sleeping in the grass. Yeah. Please don't let dog kill cat. He was about to kill her. Yeah, 100. He was going for her, but she got him, and he knew enough to stop as soon as she batted at him. So. He's pretty good. Deer too. Christ, there was almost a fight with a buck last year with him. They were both going to go at it. He would probably try and take the deer down, but he's kind of a big pansy. Like he can get aggressive with people and stuff, but the second you like yell or clap your hands, I've done that a couple times because like with my partner, because like he's a mama's boy, like he was originally hers. I'm like his new papa. And a couple times, like if I'm helping her at a bed lately, he'll kind of growl. He'll come up like barking, growling at me because he thinks I'm like trying to grab her or something. And there's been a couple times where he's tried to come right at me, and I've just like screamed and clapped my hands, and he pissed himself and ran away. And so he's kind of a big pussy, but he pretends like he's a big dog. Same with like little Shih Tzus, Chihuahuas, little tiny dogs. If they start coming at him, he'll just piss himself and run away. Like, it's kind of funny. Weird. It's all about the bark. With dogs, it's all about the bark. At least with him, it's all about the bark. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. It's a whole meme. Yeah. Cat versus snake. Oh, crazy. Yeah. The reflexes are insane, man. Unbelievably quick. I didn't realize that she got him until we were walking back and there's blood all over the ground. I was like, what the fuck? And they cut his nose right open. Yeah. My dog that looked like him bonded with my wife and wouldn't let people get near sometimes. Yeah, I mean, he's like that too with my partner. Yeah, he's very, very protective of her. Yeah. Although he's been with me so much the last little while. Like, he hangs out with every night. He's with me every night here, actually. He's either under the desk or he's over here or he'll be sleeping behind the green screen. So your dog whisperer, every dog on earth loves me. You can test it, man, brother. If you only live close, you come test it someday. I've had, like, my brother-in-law almost lost his finger to him, so he was going to take his finger off. Thankfully, my brother-in-law is like has an athletic background. He's quick reflexes. He didn't really like him at first, but we don't introduce him. Like, he does no kids. Like, he doesn't. We keep him away from. We know better than to introduce him to some people. But well, like the guys play Magic, he comes up, he's fine. Like any fully grown man, he'd probably okay. Like. In group settings, he's fine. It's one-on-one. If you were to like walk in the door and he'd know who you were, he'd attack you. He'd bite you. He has attacked people in the past. There was a woman, a crazy lady who years ago when he was younger, my partner, she lived in like a sketchier area, and she was like some crackhead, and she had him, and she was new. She didn't really know what he was like, and she came at her like she was coming at her to hit her. And he jumped up and essentially took her chin off. Which, you know, as your dog should do. If you get a big dog like him, I mean, I'd want that to fucking happen. Would I want her chin to be taken off? I don't know. Maybe take her down, like take her ankle or something. But anyway, that's what people got dogs for, to protect themselves. Like, so he will protect you. But, you know, again, like if you scream at him loud enough, he'll probably run. But yeah, I saw a compilation video of cat reactions and was blown away to see. They're hyper-focused and ready for whatever comes their way. They're crazy, man. Crazy killers. Yeah. Wouldn't stick my finger out like that to him, at least at first. There's a technique, man. Yeah. Like I grew up having a dog, but I'm not like a dog either. But I'm not like a super dog guy. I have become a dog owner. I've learned the ways. Holy shit. Yeah. Crazy. All dogs have different energy. Sometimes a person having bad energy fucks certain ones up. Yeah, my buddy's super ADHD and my Brittany fucking hates him for no reason. Really, yeah. It's all how you approach them. It is in like your own, like they can pick up on those little nuanced details. But like he loves you, Galen. Like you're like one of his favorite people. Yeah. Yeah. You bond with him you bond with him instantly. Some people, yeah, he just never liked. Like my brother-in-law still doesn't really like him. My sister too, even. I'm kind of hesitant with him around them because you can tell he'll stiffen up around some people, but other people he relaxes around. It's weird. Yeah. Yeah. It's people's different energy. That's fucking crazy. The fly. That's crazy with the fly. Yeah. He's eaten a couple flies too, actually. He's gotten a couple of them. He eats spiders here all the time. He's always going around eating all the spiders and whatever fucking else. Yeah. Part of it's body language, another is instinct, and they think too. So some of that, yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The dog, we obviously we're happy to have him. He's a Saint Bernard. His mom was a Bernese and a Shepherd, and his dad was a Saint Bernard. So he's kind of like a Bernese Shepherd, Bernese Shepherd Saint Bernard mix, but he looks like a Saint Bernese. But we wanted to get a Newfoundlander, but man, he's between 80 and 100 pounds usually if it's the summer or the winter. And like when he he's he can be aggressive. Like he'll go, like he'll fucking go at it full blown. Like I've had to physically, I got a handle on our leash. Like it takes everything in me. I have to physically pick him up off the ground and hold him in the air sometimes when he loses his shit. 150-pound dog, man, I wouldn't be able to do that. Wouldn't be 180 to 100 pounds. I can just do it. 150-pound dog, no fucking way, man. It makes me slightly nervous getting a bigger dog if it turns out to be aggressive. They're just a liability. That's the only thing, the only concern, I guess, with them. Like any big animal would be. But you do worry, like walking him around kids and stuff. He's fine if the kids are just walking by, but it's just a lawsuit waiting to happen sometimes. So yeah. I have to leave for Savannah for a week again tomorrow. My coworker just called and said I don't need to leave as early. Oh fuck, there you go. Yeah. There you go, brother. Yeah, enjoy that sleep. Lock in. Sorry, anyway. Dog talk. I mean, I'm sure many people are animal lovers. I mean, I am. GALENTV, you've grown up around dogs too. I mean, your whole life, so you know.
Dogs and cats.
Dogs and cats, really. Yeah. I was never a cat guy, I have to say. Yeah. Like just house cats or like Mancoon or?
House cats.
Just like regular cats, yeah. I've never really been big on cats. I'm allergic to them too. So.
Could not tell you if there were any particular breed of cat or anything.
Interesting. Yeah.
One of them was definitely outdoor. The other ones were indoor.
Fucking hell. Yeah, I don't know how people do the outdoor cats, man. I would be so worried all the time. Like, I remember, anyway, one of my buddies, he had an outdoor cat growing up, and everybody told me a story where, his dad had thought that it died because they found like it's almost an identical looking cat on the side of the road. So they came home and like they buried him, and everyone was really emotional, and he was very old too. And anyway, they went back inside to like have dinner, like all kind of like sad. And then didn't the cat walk right in the fucking door behind them? Some other random cat that just looked like him, they just put in the ground. I was like, what the fuck? I don't know if I could do that, have an outdoor cat, but yeah.
Depends on the cat, I think.
Yeah.
The cat we had growing up, that cat was the de facto ruler of the neighborhood.
Was it really? Jesus.
Oh yeah, he used to hunt like snakes. He used to hunt birds. He used to hunt. Of course, he was like 20 pounds, so he was a big cat.
Big boy, huh? Big thick boy.
Yeah, he was big. He's a big cat.
Yeah.
You probably saw him back like when we would have like first started playing Magic back in the early 2010s. Because he used to come by and he would just like curl up on someone's lap while we were playing cards.
I can't remember. Maybe.
Yeah, he was kind of like a beige, kind of like yellow cat.
Oh, I have to dig through my memory banks. Yeah.
Yeah, the goddamn purr motor on him too. He purring from like across the room.
Oh, well, I guess maybe a better life for him to be out, you know, like, yeah. If you don't socialize
that guy he lived life to the fullest.
If you don't socialize them, they get overwhelmed and anxious. It's why the bitey shit happens. Yeah, well, he's been socialized a lot. Yeah, he's got. It's the Saint Bernards, actually, is what I think we found out, that there's a streak in them. He's just like, she talked to my partner about it. She's done like literally everything you could possibly do to try and fix him, but he had a traumatic. Our dog Edgar had a traumatic upbringing. He was thrown to the side of the road with the rest of his litter in Texas. He's still got scars over his face from when he hit the side of the highway. They threw him out of a car on the highway in a bag. And he was kind of like one of the, out of his litter, he was kind of like the dominant one. Like, so anyway, he's got some PTSD. He's got definitely separation anxiety now. We cannot go anywhere without him. So yeah, they buried, it was Leaky. I don't know if Leaky's probably not in here. Maybe Leaky, he might be asleep, but someday maybe if he wants to, I think that's the story. My buddy, he told me that story. I
gotta have that casual cats reunion.
Well, he could come on. Unless he's a very good speaker. Yeah,
gotta do it.
Yeah,
listen, it's what the people want. Okay, it's what the best people want, because the best people want the casual cats reunion. I think it would be very good. It'd be a very good reunion.
I always thought he had a very good radio voice. He's very captivating too. I think personally, I know I keep telling him. I don't know again if you're watching or not, Leaky. If you just have me on, what the fuck? Telling him to stream. I think he is that streamer vibe too. I was like, I don't know, but then obviously, you just. Maybe he doesn't want to expend the time and energy doing it. Maybe he didn't really like it, I think is what he told me. But 30-pound cat is nothing to play with. That's a fucking lot. My dad had a cat. He always talked about.
Big cat.
He's a big cat. He got lost on a camping trip 25 miles away and showed up back at the house a week later, man. Fucking Christ. Molasses cat is randy as fuck. Every time I pet him, his lipstick pops out and he has his nuts cut off. What the fuck? God damn, he likes you, brother. Yeah. Don't worry, boys. I'm certain we're getting a guitar outro today. I can feel it in my bones. Old Jim here trolling with us. It'll be in December. Yeah, but listen, I know. I'm just pulling your leg.
You say that they feels it in his old bones.
Yeah. It'll be probably the end of November, though. Like maybe it'd be close to December, though. End of November-ish, right? Which is technically into December, so.
I mean, January's not really much of a stretch either at that point.
That's true, actually, yeah.
I mean, at that point, maybe March might be more acceptable.
I have not played my guitar in probably a week, I gotta be honest with you. I sold my amp. I got rid of my amp, and I don't know, I essentially, I have my Godin. I don't really like playing it. It's not comfortable to play. I have my acoustic. But I mean, even that, it's like, okay. When I sold my Les Paul, I haven't really played a lot, to be honest. That's kind of the meme. Like, I don't have another setup here. Yeah.
You know what you need? You need everybody that plays instruments on the channel. Send in the sample.
You guys are likely all better than me anyway, so I mean, fuck, you might as well
send in their samples, and then you'll mix the music. Then you'll mix the outro.
Yeah. I'm just a little singer-songwriter boy. I'm not even fucking, Yeah, I'll play the mouth harp. Fuck, brother. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it'll at some point it'll happen. I mean, really, it'd be nice. I just got to go make some money is what I had to fucking do here. I've been far too poor. And then I got to get myself an instrument. It's really what I need to do. I desperately need to. I was looking at shit I might get. I need... For anybody that plays guitar, you probably know this, but getting a new guitar, you play guitar all the time, right? This thing is a Frankenstein piece of shit. It's an okay guitar, but it's again, once you've tasted that fine wine, you never go back to the piss off the shelf. And comparatively to my Les Paul, it's not even close. And so it's not comfortable to play. It's obnoxious. I don't really like playing it. I need a new guitar. And so I have to go out and I have to buy one. And unfortunately, it's probably not going to be cheap. So because of that. So I'm probably going to have to go and get a decent guitar. And so that's essentially it. Yeah. I'll play the fucking shotgun. Yeah. Don't waste your time, brother. Your hard work will be for nothing. I'll send you a backing track, Jim, and Ableton. Well, that could be helpful too, brother. Yeah. Listen, if you got a second, that'd be nice. Yeah. Yeah. I have an American-made Flying V calling out, Jim. Oh, buy me. Holy fuck. Do you actually? Goddamn. Those things aren't very comfortable sitting down though. You gotta floss them between your fucking legs. I was gonna get a Junior, man. Just get new strings, brand new strings on it, brother. I got set up by the luthier buddy of mine that looked after all my other guitars. He put it all back together for me, and he got all the stickers off the guitar too that I'd stupidly put on like 15 years ago. He set the whole thing up. It's just the neck isn't comfortable for my hands. I like big palms. And I don't like what they did. I hate the fucking neck. You need a good neck, and it's a shitty neck. It sounds okay, but I put 11s on there too. I probably would have put 10. I could put 10s on it. It strings are too heavy. Little sissy fingers. Fuck. Last time I played, I had a huge, blood bubble on my index or my ring finger here. So yeah, that's why it sits in the case all the time. Yeah, I know. They're good to perform if they look cool, but I'm gonna buy a Junior. I'm gonna buy an American-made Junior Les Paul, probably. Which then I'll complain about the fucking bridge, I'm sure, because it's got just the fucking wraparound bridge. But anyway, something that's light, easy, plays well. I need a Les Paul neck. There's a certain shape. It's a C-shaped neck that they have that's so comfortable for my hands. And that's probably what I'm gonna buy. They're like $2,000 now, which is objectively not a lot in guitar world now, but For me right now, it's quite a bit. So considering all the other bills we have, so sissy, yeah, it's straight up sissy shit. I'm not even gonna debate that. It's straight up sissy. It's sissiness. Yeah. I didn't know there were different size necks. I bought mine online off Walmart website, and it's really hard to learn on. Yeah, tons of them. Yeah, that's a huge thing. Is there's different fretboard shapes too. So there's like a radius to the fretboard. So like Fender guitars, like Strats and stuff, the fretboard has a radius to it that comes up, and so when you press on the strings, there's a certain feel to it. Les Paul's, the fretboard is completely flat, and the neck is very thick. You typically like more of a C-shaped kind of vibe to it, like that. Can't really fucking, you know, if trying to fuck. We know C-shape. So it's for me, I love how they're set up, and a lot of people that like playing slightly more technical enjoy that as well, because a more rounded fret profile isn't really conducive to, I shouldn't say high-speed playing, efficient, precise playing, but then you got Jimi Hendrix played with it flawlessly. It's more personal preference and taste, but it's just, I could play with that for hours. This guitar, literally after probably 30 minutes, I have a hand cramp. Yeah. I've been watching UK Luthier's channel on YouTube. This guy is funny as fuck. He hasn't got a filter. Oh, do I know who he is? Okay, I'll fucking sub to him. Watch how Luthier transformed a $100 Squire Telecaster. Oh, fuck. This is very fucking interesting, man. Oh, yeah. I bet he fucking, fixed it right up. Problem is the quality of that wood. Once you fix it, fucking next gonna be back to fucking warped all the fuck. Yeah. You depress the string so hard, yeah. Especially on acoustic, the right neck profile is crucial. Oh, yeah, man. Fuck yes. Acoustics are even harder in your hands. Random, I got taken to lunch by Bose on Thursday. Really? And the rep's husband played upright, and she said she'd send me a link later. Oh, fuck yeah, man. Nice. Swordtail music. Oh, is this? Oh, okay. The hell? What is this? Oh, they're uprights. There's a violin. Bass? What the hell is this? Is that like the... Oh, it's an input sword steel system for your upright bass. Oh, interesting. Okay. You plug it in. You got some cool violins, too. Yeah. Modern Gibsons are what they call a slimmer tape C-style. Yeah, it gives you a flat bore with the neck relief. Yeah. I had a 58 reissue, which they had like the thicker... It's like just a baseball bat necks is what they called them. Back in 57, 58, they made super big. And I like that, actually, because... Like my palms, my fingers aren't very long. Well, they're average length, but my palm is like extra large palm. So it's kind of weird hand shape. So I need something thick in my hand. I need a thick shaft in my hand. It's more comfortable. It fills out my hand to wrap my hand around the bridge, you know? That's what I need. Or to wrap my hand around the neck and hit the string. So, but I don't want it to be too, still want it to be flat. So it's not too hard to move around. So. Yeah, go golf. Strings aren't spread as wide, even at a 25.5 profile, because of the radius being shifted in a circle. Yes, yeah. You can't. Clip me up. Yeah, clip me up. Clip it up, dirty style. Anyway, GALENTV, sir. Maybe we'll call it there this evening now that we're off on all these tangents.
Guitar talk is the end.
Guitar talk
you gotta play it. If you talk any more about it, you're gonna have to start playing it.
I know, it's fucking tough. He thought I was joking about December. No, I'll actually. What is it now? It's August, brother. Mid-October. All right. Like I'm not gonna make promises though. I've got to find it in myself to start playing again. Maybe we'll just go find a guitar somewhere. We'll just acquire a guitar somehow. So yeah, they got a baseball bat, Gibson thickness, a little more curvature, a Charvel and Fender. Okay, interesting, man. Yeah. I haven't played a lot of Kramer stuff actually. Yeah. But yeah, it is what it is. Listen, as always, we'll get there. Don't believe your lies anymore, Jim. You betrayed my trust one too many times. Fuck. Bro, I'm just going to try and gaslight you into believing me now. and one day, randomly, it'll just happen. Maybe you would have left by that time. You said, I'm done with this fucking idiot. Just keeps debating me and gaslighting me. And then one day it will happen.
Hold out to 2028.
2028? Yeah. No, that's a little too long.
Hold out to 2028.
Yeah, I got this. Yeah. No, it's really not that much work. I mean, I could probably just listen to it and fuck around and do it, but I want to do it right, you know, and you guys want to hear the outro song and it's in all its glory, which I'm going to play right now. Okay. It's playing right now. Yeah. All right. Everybody, listen, GALENTV, thank you for coming around, sir.
It's 7 in the evening, and everything is fine. I'm not expecting visitors,
Everybody,
so
until
I can
next
stream
time.
all night.
Take care.
I'll
We'll see
take
you.
my stream deck out from where I'm playing Fortnite. We'll play until the morning. At 3 a.m. we hear him again from the sound of the submarine. It's Jim Russell. It's Jim Russell, the commander of Island 49, the guardian of the ancient keys, the keys of Atlantis mysteries, Atlantean secrets, Atlantean secrets, the keys. My dudes, let's follow in order to let go. Distorted echoes, the mysterious magnetic fields. Atlantean seas, Atlantean seas. We have to swim through the ocean, the periscopic deception, ancient doorways that tremble before the subterranean castle. He calls us, my dudes, robots and erudites. 'Cause at 3 a.m. we hear him again from the sound of the almond shells. It's Jim Russell. It's Jim Russell, Union leader of Sorceric Knights, and he parts in the breaking dawn.